In Indians against Japanese, we have seen it once. And yeah, they have played once, they have lost it. So yeah. Let's see if we can jump into it. Should be able to. Yes, there we go. Welcome everyone then to... This is semi-final already actually. So let's fix this. And we're probably just going to remove this as well. Let's go. To game number 1, I think we're probably gonna be leaving the colors as they are, because purple and green, it's fine. It's warm for purple, you know, it's cool for green, and it's going to be alright. So, yeah, starting on the right hand side then, for Mr. Liereyy, playing with Japanese, that means he's going to get 33% faster attacking infantry units starting in the PLH onwards. As well as a 50% discount on drop of buildings. They're going to have on top of that, with Japanese, a few extra bonuses. Those are going to be for water mainly. And then for the team bonus, yeah, it's also going to be for water. It's going to be for galley ships. Meanwhile, Vinchester, on the other hand, playing with the Indians, is going to get, first off, a discount on villagers of 10, 15, 20, and 25% cheaper villagers, depending on the age. On top of that, we also get for Indians, let's see, they get 1 and 2 extra pierce armor and stable units in the castle and Imperial Ages. As well as for the team bonus, 4 bonus damage from Camel Rider units against... There you go. Camel Rider units against buildings. Now we're gonna take a look at the map generation. I just realized, before starting the stream, I actually had to go to the previous version of the game to do something. And then I went back to the current version, so the mods got disabled. That's why we have standard berries and we have big trees. So I'm gonna try to fix that before game number 2, but... Yeah, taking a look at the map generation for Liereyy, we have the main gold for him. Forward, yes. And bring the annotations as well. There we go. We have the main gold forward for the green player. He's got the secondary gold on the left-hand side. Both secondary golds on the left-hand side. One forward, one on the back. And then the main stone is on the back to the right-hand side. The secondary stone is on the left-hand side. A little bit far away. It's going to be fairly easy for him to wall himself on the right-hand side. It's just the left-hand side it's going to be a little bit harder because it's farther away. But if you went for walls maybe from here to here, right? And here to here and something like this. Actually, that's not even necessary. Just going for something like this would be enough for him to protect the gold. And then he will be able to protect also this stone. He will be able to protect this gold as well. Plus berries. That's actually not a bad wall out. The only thing that he will be missing would be a safe woodline, which he could easily go for if he goes for a wall like this later on in the future if he wants to protect this one. But for the time being, I think he's just going to be connecting both these woodlines only so that he can protect the gold. So I think there's a whole lot of action over here, right? Yeah, full HP scouts. And that's the second rhino as well that he's taken, so no chance of laming for Vinchester anymore. If we take a look at the map generation of Vinchester, on the other hand, he's got... There we go, the main goal on the back. He has a secondary goal, one up north, one down south over here, and then the main stone on the right hand side, secondary stone on the left hand side. Now I think going for walls is going to be a little bit trickier for him because on the left hand side he's very open. If he scouted this wall line, then he could potentially try to connect this. Otherwise I think he's just probably going to be going for something like this and something like this because yeah, his map generation is not going to allow him to wall himself up quite as easily. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. Militia's coming out from both players. And Liereyy is the first one coming forward. There we go. Drush to counter Japanese men at arms. Well, if you let him get to men at arms, it's going to be significantly harder to deal with, right? And, well, Vinchester, for the most part, is doing a good job. He's going to take the first kill over here. But he's also going to end up losing a militia himself. Okay. Let's see. The hill advantage for Liereyy as well. This is how you micro, guys. Watch these players, don't watch me. Good job. Yeah, Liereyy should be able to clean the units up over there. And he ended up losing, I think, a single unit. Or was it 2? I think he lost 2, yes. But he still has the scout. While Vinchester doesn't have the scout anymore, so Vinchester is kind of blindfolded. So yeah. There we go. The one militia only is very unlikely to do any damage to Vinchester's economy at all. Let's see what the plan is for Liereyy, by the way. Okay, he's going for the wall line up north. So this kind of confirms that he's gonna be walling towards the house, because he could have ignored the wall line had he gone for a lumber camp on the left-hand side, for instance. Yeah, and Vinchester's going up already. He's on 21 villagers. And yeah. What's going on with the music? Why is it not working, by the way? Let's skip to the next track. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's not going to be music at all. Okay, there we go, fixed. That woodcut beat though. Well, who needs music when Age of Empires got such great ambient sounds anyway? 40 seconds until Liereyy gets to the fuel age, and Vinchester's already there. And what do we get over here? Okay, archer range coming up. Yeah. Looking for scouts against Japanese, you know, and potentially camels would have been pretty awkward. So what is the plan going to be over here? I imagine just archers, some skirmishers maybe into cavalry archers. I thought with the way KOTD had gone, Liereyy would add more militia and still do Minotaurs. Builder sound is even better in my opinion. Oh, the builder sounds even better. Okay. Well, we do have over here another militia, yes. But he's not really going for too many, and the villager's going down anyway, so that was really good for Liereyy already. First kill for eco units, going in favor of Liereyy with militias and the scout. The scout's still alive, it's just unbelievable. 1 HP only, I think he took 1 hit. Meanwhile over here, the archer range is coming up just in time as Vinchester's units hit the villager from Liereyy. And there we go. Yeah, Lierey's getting pushed away. But you know, the archer range is already up. And he's going for skirmisher first, as opposed to going for archers. Which is pretty interesting, because these are not going to be as strong. Well, anyway, if he had archers out, he would only be able to do 2 damage to the villagers per hit unless he went for fletching, right? So it's going to be fairly expensive for him to... No way! What? Vinchester's losing 2 additional villagers to militias and scout? No way! Oh man, Liereyy has gotten so much value out of this. It's amazing. Well, Liereyy got housed for a moment over there, yes, but he's still 3 villages ahead, which is just incredible, of course. Man, Vinchester is starting to show cracks in the armor. You know, definitely compared to the previous 2 series we saw from him. Not looking quite as strong this time around. That must be demoralizing. Oh yeah, for sure. Now he's getting fletching. He's got 3 archers forward, so the rest of the units on the right hand side are going down to Gaia. This is not ideal. Yeah, this skirmisher is going down as well as Liereyy is coming forward with his own units. So Vinchester's gonna need to bring another skirmisher, 2 additional skirmishers over here to defend himself against this, and he's gonna have to micro 2 units at the same time, or is he? No, he's just going to hide these down south. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, well, there's not really much in ways of micro over here for Vinchester. I just let Liereyy take on him. Okay, there we go. Now he should be able to clean this up, I think. Right hand side. Well, the archers are coming in. Okay, he's taking a villager down for sure, yes. That's good. That's 1 villager out of 3 that he needs to take just to come back into this game. Keeps on roaming around, and there are some villagers exposed over here for Liereyy. Now, the thing is, he's bringing a bunch of skirmishers back. And Vinchester doesn't know about the woodline by the looks of it. Yeah, he doesn't know about the woodline, so now he's running straight into the skirms. And Liereyy, wow. Wow, that is actually really strong from Vinchester, but he will, you know, invariably get cleaned up over here. No way, he got another villager! Wow, that is really strong from Vinchester as well, and he started to come back, you know, slowly but surely. That is really good value indeed. So, well played. With Vinchester's more units going forward, we could potentially see more damage. Now these are skirmishers for the most part, so villages are most likely gonna be safe. And check this out. Lierey's going for the walls over here on the right hand side in such a way that he's gonna be able to protect this woodland, which is just fantastic. Vinchester back home, he doesn't really have the walls up just yet to really protect the entirety of his base. Hey Gazvanian. Hi, welcome back as well. There we go. Yeah, and Vinchester will just get pushed away from here. Lierey's got almost enough resources to go up to the castle leech, and he's still 2 villages ahead. So Vinchester's gotten a lot of extra idle TC time, which is very unfortunate. And I'm pretty sure it was probably because of the way that he was microing his archers earlier. I think that's probably when he forgot to kill the villager again. And well, we see scouts coming in over here from Vinch. That's good, of course. But even if he cleans out these skirmishers, it seems very unlikely he'll be able to do any damage over here anymore, because he's got only skirmishers himself. Of course, he's got the scouts too, right? But this is also close from Liereyy, so he's not really gonna be able to come in. Wait a moment, though. Hold on. Stop the press. I think he might be able to come here. Wooden here. Through here. I'm pretty sure he can come in. I just don't know if he knows about the opening. It doesn't seem so, because it's just going for the palisade. Once again, I think probably in 1 out of 4 games, pro players just assume that their opponents are completely walled up because of the high level. And nobody takes the time to actually scout, because if he had done so, he would have been able to find an opening. He might have been able to get a villager or 2 down over here and potentially catch up. Now Liereyy is going to be the first one going up to the castle leech. Meanwhile, Vinchester should be able to go up not that much later. So far, only 25 seconds of a head start for Liereyy. Make that 30 seconds. Okay, it's probably going to be 40 seconds earlier. Okay, there we go. It's going to be only 32 seconds earlier for Liereyy, which is not a huge difference. And it's not going to be enough for him to even get a unit across the map to Vinchester's base. So the defender's advantage over here should suffice for Vinchester to defend himself against this. Their archer range is coming up, and it's quite clear what the plan is right now, of course. Meanwhile, Liereyy, on the other hand, he's got only 2 archer ranges. Okay. And seems like he's gonna be going for crossbows himself. By the looks of it, he's got, you know, more archers queued up and not quite as many skirmishers as before. And Vinchester's got only 1 skirmisher. 2 skirmishers left coming up. Okay, there we go. But yeah, to me it seems quite clear he's just going to make a switch to... Wait, he's going for more skirmishers. He could very well just go for elite skirmishers. I thought he was going to go for cavalry archers, but he might just open with skirmishers and then make a transition to cavalry archers, as we saw already some players do in the past. But yeah, at the very least he's got the infrastructure already. All he's gonna need to do is actually make a switch of technologies, right? Well, if he wanted to go for cavalry archers, he probably would be going for bloodlines as well. We know that he's got the stable, right? But he's not going for it, so... Yeah, it's just going to be skirmishers for Vinchester. If he goes for cavalry archers and he doesn't have bloodlines, I don't know how I feel about that. What about, like, cavalry opening for Vinchester? I don't think he's got enough stables, does he? I think he's got only 1, yeah. Crossman upgrade? Okay. Elite skirmisher upgrade, Bodkin arrow Bolso coming in for Vinchester. Meanwhile, Liereyy, on the other hand, is going for Bolso. He already has Bodkin arrow, crossbowman. Not so elite skirmisher, but he's bringing some knights into the mix as well, so that he can counter potential skirmishers as well. And yeah, Vinchester's getting pushed back over here, so I'm not too sure about this. He's going for the crossbowman upgrade. He had 5 archers. And now he's going full skirmishers. Alright. Good micro though for Vinchester, good job. But Liereyy still has a massive advantage in numbers over here. And of course the knight is going to make a big difference. Yeah, Lierey's still open on the right hand side. He hasn't realized, and neither has Vinchester. There you go. Yeah. Vinchester's just gonna be able to defend himself just fine over here. I think he's got enough crossbows mixed in. Well, not like this, but if he mixes his entire army, if he groups his entire army up again, I think he's got enough crossbows into the mix to potentially even repel knights, most likely. He's trying to camp the hill over here. Let's see. There you go. Lierey's being extremely cautious. Notices the crossbows and bails. He's gonna try to find a different angle. On the left-hand side, Vinchester's going for another TC. It seems unlikely Liereyy will make it on time. Yeah, there are 7 villagers from Vinchester getting this up, so no problem. With Barrows coming up for him and for Liereyy as well. Ballistics on the way for Liereyy. Oh man, ballistics for Liereyy can be so deadly. Good job with the quick wall. I think this is closed. Yes. So it's just going around. Now the TC is gonna be up, so these units won't be able to do too much over here unless they go around. In which case, yeah, he might be able to find an opening because on the back of Vinchester's base is still very much exposed on the wool line, on the gold over here. Yeah, but he's turning around. Lierey's going after Vinchester's army right now. And still, ballistics for Liereyy, no ballistics for Vinchester. But Vinchester's got a scary amount of skirmishers over here, so he's still able to keep Lierey's army in check for the most part. You know, we have a decent amount of units over here for Vinchester as well. Good micro for Liereyy. Vinchester's gotta consider going for ballistics himself. Let's see if he's got a university. He doesn't have a university just yet, no. But yeah, still Liereyy is taking a lot of losses over here. And this is pretty good actually for Vinchester. It's going to end up pushing Liereyy away. You gotta keep in mind, of course, the defender's advantage from Vinchester allowed him to hold on over here with an initial amount of units that was a little bit smaller compared to Lierey's. But eventually all the reinforcements allowed him to get a better trade. So KD over here is very, very close for both players. Vinchester had lost a skirmisher to a lion, I think. That's probably why he's got one more kill than Lierey's got. One more death than Lierey's got kills, but yeah, for the most part, he's still in a pretty good spot. Once again, I think he does need to go for ballistics right now, especially if he has realized that Lierey's got it. There you go, university's coming up. Left-hand side, crossbows. Probably will end up getting cleaned up. We have camels over here. These camels don't really have any upgrades, not even scale bar than armor. And yeah, that's good for me, but not going to be good enough for Vinchester against this. Or will it though? Hey, he's getting it. Okay. Yeah, if he has anything left, it's just going to be one unit anyway, so. Alright. Yeah, well, we know the university is already up for Vinchester. He's got to go for the upgrade next. For the time being, Liereyy is able to hold on just fine. Seems like Vinch is going to be thinking of going out to the Imperial Age instead. He's got a lot of resources. Not so much for Liereyy on the other hand. You know, remember, this villager discount for Indians is amazing. Now, Lierey's got the second TC already up. And he's getting the third TC up. Or here's the second TC. He's getting the third TC up on the right-hand side. This will actually keep him in the Castle Age longer. So it's actually now a really, really good time for Vinchester to go up to the Imperial Age and try to get ahead like that. Obviously, with Indians, he won't be able to go for Arbalesters. But he will still be getting access, you know, to Bracer, to Chemistry. Those are still going to be strong units. And then he can make a switch. He can consider making a switch. Either into cavalry or into cavalry archers. The thing is, with cavalry in the Imperial Age already, he's going to be so much stronger. And with cavalry archers, of course, he's gonna get access to fully upgraded cavalry archers. Now, it's the same as Japanese. Japanese also get fully upgraded cavalry archers. But in addition to that, they also get Arbalester, while Indians don't. So going for cavalry archers seems like the lesser evil over here, at the very least. The best choice anyway for Vinchester. We'll see though. He's missing one building. That was a great Magnus shot in the end. Managed to get 4 crosses down. He's got more Magnus coming forward, but Vinchester's gonna be able to hold on now. He's had enough resources to go out for a while. He was only missing a building, and now he's going for a monastery, but he's getting raided! Good job! Liereyy will be able to take so many villagers down over here. He's got only scale bar than armor, but the TC was not fully garrisoned, so only now it's becoming a threat. After he already took a few villagers. And all of a sudden the villager counts higher for Liereyy. Vinchester's going up to the Imperial Age, yes, but he probably would have been on his way up 40 seconds earlier if he had realized about the building that he was missing. Now Vinchester is going up, and it's probably going to be only a 30-second lead compared to Liereyy, we'll see. As now the green player is also going to be able to click up to the Imperial Age very, very soon. There we are. I think Vinchester desperately needed that faster uptime. Yeah, I think so too. So what is the lead in the end? It's gonna be more like 40 seconds or close to it. Imping to what exactly? Yeah, he doesn't really have too many units left, so he's gonna need to make a transition right now. He's going for the 4th archer range, but sticking to crossbows against Japanese doesn't seem like the play to me. Japanese are gonna be getting arbalesters. I probably would have preferred for him to go for cavalry archers, but yeah, it seems like he's quite committed to crossbows right now. He's finally getting ballistics as well. So yeah. Let me check something, by the way. We have leather arch armor coming up right now, or it's already up, right? So that's +2/+2. I want to see if accuracy is reflected in the stack attack over here. Base accuracy 100%, yes. So he's already gotten thumb ring. That's a way that we can see if he's gotten the upgrade or not. So let's take a look at Vinchester's units over here. He doesn't have thumb ring just yet. Liereyy does. So yeah. Good job. 2 manas over here. Man, that first shot was already pretty scary. There you go. He's going for bracer and he's going for chemistry, but he's got a very small amount of units left and he's going for skirmishes right now. What? He's got 2 camels. Almost no crossbows. Skirmisher production is gonna go for a 2nd stable. It seems like Vinchester doesn't really have a clear idea of what to go for over here. And to be honest, it's very hard to blame him because I probably will be completely lost myself at this stage. You're getting to imp with the Indians against Japanese. What do you really go for? Cavalry archers? Well, Japanese get just as good cavalry archers. And yeah, he's only going for bloodlines right now, so that was quite clearly not the plan for Vinchester. Crossbows? Well, Japanese are going to have arbalesters. Infantry? No way. Siege, maybe? I guess? Bombard cannons in what? Bombard cannons and hand cannoneer, maybe? I guess bombard cannons, onagers, and hand cannoneer, so you can fight against... No. What would that do? Well, you have to go for halberdier too, right? Halberdier, hand cannoneer, bombard cannon. There is a usual army composition for Indians on arena, and then he would be able to fight against cavalry, but then he doesn't really have anything against... Well, with the hand cannoneer, he should be able to hold on against infantry as well, right? I feel that's probably the best army composition he would go for, but... Azara leads skirmisher, BBC. Okay. Yeah, I think either halberdier, bombard cannons in hand cannoneer, or yes, skirmisher, hussar, and BBC could potentially be the play as well. For the time being, he's sticking to crossbows though, which I am not really sure about, especially as now he knows about Lierey's crossbows. He's defending himself. On the right hand side, he's trying to get a push going himself, but Lierey's doing a really good job with the mana still, though he ended up losing one, and that's gonna be another one going down, and good shot! Doesn't really have a whole lot left over here on the left hand, on the right hand side to play with, and then on the left it seems like he's going to get cleaned up. No. Lierey's got only arbalesters over here, so the skirmishers are going to do the job. It's been a... Yeah, this is pretty good for him to defend himself with. Just going to need something to get the push going with. How about the only if Japanese make cavalry? Right. Full elephant archer would win 100%? Yeah. Get out of here. The see more arbalesters coming up for Liereyy. It's very interesting that he's not adding any cavalry whatsoever, given how heavily Vinchester was going for defensive skirmishers over here. But yeah, 2nd castle on the way for Liereyy on the left. He's got the 1st castle up in the middle, and Vinchester's got some camels coming forward right now. Interestingly enough, population's higher for Vinchester right now. So yeah. There you go. He's getting the castle up over here. Let's see. Vinchester is not going to realize. Even if it did, he knows about it, but even if he did, with 3 light cavalry, what it's going to do really? Not going to be able to deny it. Once again, fantastic defense with Vinchester with skirmishers over here only. Hey, he's got bombard cannons coming out. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. And that's another one. Well played. Now those arbalestas are going to get completely cleaned up. Meanwhile, Vinchester is going to make a transition to infantry by the looks of it. It's got samurai coming out and, you know, like chainmail armor is coming in. We have also conscription coming up as well. We have a T90 farm over here. Let's appreciate this for a moment. Let's zoom out. Yeah, beautiful. First castle's on the way for Vinchester. He's got a good amount of villagers, so he's gonna be getting this up for sure. If Liereyy realizes about it though, he should be able to outproduce Vinchester for Jerishes just fine. She's originally Chimera, that might be it. Man, every time that we talk about Chimera farmers, I remember the yellow villager from Red Bull. Was it yellow or was it blue? I don't remember anymore, but I remember the villager from Red Bull. Oh man. That was kind of a little bit cringy, not gonna lie. When she was talking about how food vanished from her hands. Do you guys remember? Okay, there we go. 3 bombard cannons over here. Good amount of samurai, yes. We have some crosses over here. So samurai alone are probably not going to cut it. Yeah, he's going back. Now the castle should provide some good defense. And he knows about it. Yeah, he does. You don't remember it? Well, it was one of those, you know, special moments during Red Bull World 5 where they had villagers over for interviews, and there was a female villager that was talking about how weird it was during one of the previous KOTD Grand Finals. She was supposed to be a villager from a game with Chimera, and she was supposed to be a villager from the Chimera, and she was talking about how weird it was to pick up the food and then it vanishes from her hands, which was weird. There we go. Yeah, it seems like the castle's going down. Wait a moment though. Is Vinchester actually on top over here? Hey, he's going for a hand cannoneer. Yeah, he already realizes about the samurai. The best answer for him is going to be hand cannoneer, so he's going for it. Let's see if he realizes about this on time. Good job, yeah. He's kind of baiting these samurai into the HC. And this is pretty good. Hand cannoneer, bombard cannons, that's already covered, right? Now cavalry switch for Liereyy. Could potentially be strong. He could potentially add a few halberdier into the mix. Vinchester, that is, of course. Yeah. Well, let's see. Oh man, he almost realized about this. Yeah, Liereyy's micro is still pretty good, but I think he still loses the castle over here. Yeah. He should be able to, he shouldn't have loosened this one. Meanwhile, there is no way. Oh, the samurai though, they were coming in, I think. The quick wall came in just in time from Vinchester. Good job. He's got stone walls as well. Wow. Well played. Well played. Vinchester should be safe over here on the left-hand side anyway. And then forward. He took the castle down with the bombard cannons. He's getting the push going now. Some light cavalry coming out as well. So he's got a little bit of everything. There's a castle coming up from Vinchester, just where Liereyy's castle used to rest. So this could be pretty good. Vinchester's got to be really careful though. He's not really paying too much attention over here. Yeah, and I'm not really sure if he's really going to have that much map control if he ends up losing the bombard cannons over here. That's 2 bombard cannons going down. There's a lot of arbalestas over here still, but it seems like the light cavalry and the skirmishers plus the crosses are going to suffice for him to control this area, and that's a lot of villagers coming forward from Vinchester. So this castle comes up no matter what. 19 villagers. He doesn't bombard cannon, but he's got another one over here. All right, and yeah, this is really strong from Vinchester. Going for conscription right now. Wow. Yeah, that was a lot of villagers. And there were not really a whole lot of units left over here for Liereyy. So this is pretty good. Lierey's population, guys, is dangerously low. 137 right now. Vinchester's got more villagers than Lierey's got population, full stop. And you know, I mean, Vinchester is gonna have to pay attention over here, because if Liereyy breaches through defenses, then he might end up losing a lot of units. Vinchester might end up losing a lot of units, but for the time being, it's actually looking really strong. Let's see. Okay, okay. Lierey's coming in. How many samurai do we have over here? He's got 23 samurai, so we have 1 TC, 2 TCs to defend himself with, and he's trying to get the castle up. This castle shouldn't be coming up. So that's probably going to be a lot of losses for Vinchester, and for the time being, he's not really pushing that hard over here forward, so let's see. Still population much higher for Vinch though. And the castle. Okay, the castle's coming up, but it's coming up at a huge cost. He's lost a lot of villagers over there. Gone down from more than 140 to 127 bills. But he's going for more. Stables coming up forward as well. That was really good value for Liereyy, and that gave him a little bit of time, but still Vinchester's looking significantly stronger. Still has a much higher villager count alone. And population, of course, significantly higher as well for Vinchester right now. Seems like the raid over here from Liereyy was nothing but a scratch. Nothing but a flesh wound. Yeah, and Vinchester's fine. Wow, I can't believe it, but Vinchester's looking like he might be able to take this one. I wish I had remembered to open predictions for game number 1, because some of you might be getting very rich. And Liereyy calls it GG, guys! Vinchester takes game number 1! What? With Indians against Japanese, Vinchester against Liereyy. What is this that we're seeing? Vinchester's just completely out of his mind. What is this performance we're seeing from the Rajan player? Wow! 1-0 against Liereyy, jeez! Let's go and take a look at the achievements. I'm actually, kind of getting sweaty myself. These games are just too good, and this is just one game. Well, would you say that this all but confirms a 5-game series? Or do you think it's possible for Vinchester to get a sweep over here? Well, regardless, we have 11 to 10 KD ratio for Vinchester, with an army high of 63 to 56 for Vinch and Liereyy respectively. And for economy, on the other hand, we also have about 4,000 extra resources for Vinchester, a much higher population, of course. He ended up going up both to feudal and imperial ages faster, and a much larger amount of villagers over here. In the end, Liereyy ended up losing more villagers than Vinchester, which is remarkable. Really well played. Really well played. Let's go back. Oh! Bayu, thank you so much for... but from some of the people who might be arriving right now... Yeah, I'm not really sure. Welcome Sea Deep, by the way, as well. Hope everything's going alright for you guys. And welcome everyone then to game number 2. What do we get? We're going to have Liereyy playing down south towards the right hand side as Skimmer, as we already had discussed. That means he's going to be getting, you know, 10% faster moving battle elephant line units. He's going to have on top of that the ability to garrison 5 villages inside each house, as well as 1 free llama upon start. As well as no building requirements. And then on top of that, we also get for Khmer. What is it? What is the other thing? No buildings, a house thingy. Oh yeah, farmers do not need mills or TCs to drop food on. And for the team bonus, we also get 1 extra range on scorpion weapons, of course. Meanwhile, Vinchester's coming forward already, and he knows about Lierey's elephant. He's going to run straight into the next one. Can you imagine he's laming the elephant? Liereyy knows about both these. But can you imagine he tries to take the elephant from Liereyy, and he runs into the goat as well, and he's able to get away with 600 food. Well, he's not going for it just yet, though. What is he waiting for? Okay, he's going to get goats. That's something. Was he just trying to go after the goats? That seems kind of weird. Well, we saw Vinchester do, we saw Liereyy do a really good job denying lamings in the past, especially with a scout against a scout, an eagle scout. You know, this is going to be faster, so you could potentially get ahead and try to block the eagle. So I think it was risky for Vinchester. He just decided to look for goats instead. That makes sense. Well, regardless, we were taking a look at Liereyy civilization. Let's go and take a look at this map generation next. He's got the main goal on the left-hand side, as well as the secondary goals, both of these up north. And then we have the main stone on the right-hand side, secondary stone on the left-hand side. Should be pretty straightforward for him to wall himself up on the right-hand side. Just going to be the left that is kind of open. I think probably going for something like this is what we are going to see. But that means he doesn't really secure any wood lines over here, which against Incas could potentially be an issue, because there's always going to be the possibility of archers. Push from Incas, of course. If we take a look at Vinchester civilization, with Incas he's going to get a free llama upon starting the game. He gets 10 population support per house, as well as a 15% stone discount on buildings, and villages affected by blacksmith upgrades for infantry units starting in the castle age. As for the team bonus though, Vinchester is also going to get twice as fast seeding farms, and that's about it. So yeah, can I change my prediction? I don't want to root for a lamer. You can. I don't think it's possible, or at the very least yeah, I'm not aware it was an option. Is it? Well, you let me know, in any case. Second rhino. Okay. And Lierey's pushing deer already, or he's pushing actually the ostriches, so he's gonna be fine. Good job. There we go. Is Vinchester going to push the ostriches himself? He's pushed one, but it's still pretty good. I mean, he got 2 extra goats, so that's fine already. Militia's coming out. It seems like he's gonna be going for a Drush Flush over here. If it was Minotaurs, he would have probably started going for militias after clicking up to the fuel age. Would have had some villagers over to gold already, but it's quite clearly going to be a Drush Flush. Liereyy, on the other hand, Lierey's got no gold miners, he's got no militias coming out, so it seems like he's gonna be going for scouts instead. He's 19 population, yeah, and he's going already to the fuel age, or should be on his way to the fuel age very soon. Getting a little bit of idle TC time, but he's on his way up. And yeah, it's going to be scouts for him. This could be pretty good for Vinchester, if he adds, you know, some spearmen into the mix. That'd be pretty nice. There we go. Yeah, he's unlikely to do much of anything. And Liereyy, well, we knew that the left-hand side was going to be tricky for him to wall, so he just opted to go for local walls around resources. It's even better, you know, for Drush Flush, Vinchester is going to be dropping archers very soon, and then there's not going to be anything Liereyy is going to be able to do over here to protect the villagers. Unless he gets a good amount of scouts out on time, he manages to clean this up, then that could potentially be something, but yeah. Let's make the switch to gold right now as well. Is he going to add a third militia? There you go. The brush is always interesting to see. Wait a moment, what is that? That kind of sounds like potato rush to me, but I'm not really sure if it stands for anything else. Wow, archer range is coming out for Liereyy. I thought I was going to go for scouts, but no. He's made the switch to gold, so yeah, it's going to be archers for himself. Vinchester's going up significantly later, so it should be a stronger economy. On paper, anyway. Oh, pre-mill drush. Crush. I actually was not aware of the terminology for that one specifically, so thank you. Yeah, potato rush is something probably that will be left for me in ranked. There you go, fuel H's here ready for Vinch. Good job. He was going for the Manatar's upgrade, but he decided to cancel it. Does he have the archer reach on the way? Yes, he does. Meanwhile, Liereyy already has 2 archers. Going up faster over here in the end is going to pay off big time for Liereyy. Should be able to keep these militias at bay, if not completely clean them up. Doesn't really have fletching right now though, so it's not going to be the strongest, but still. Good job from Vinch though. Well played. Yeah, he's just creating some distance. So that will be enough for him to keep the militias alive. Then he can go for the Minotaurs upgrade later if he gets a good amount of extra units coming in, and then the Minotaurs could potentially be useful against skirmishers, you know? Vinch is going for skirmishers right now himself, yeah. There we go. Another Eagle Scout coming forward. Really, really good micro over here from Liereyy as well. Splitting his units up. There we are. Love the AI army for Vinch. I love the ant trickle. Just trickling units in an endless line. But yeah, now he's finally managed to group everything up. Very unlikely you'll be able to get a single village down over here. Yeah. It's much better off just trying to get on the archers over there. Nice job though, he's getting on the hill. Well played! Wow, very good bathroom from Vinchester over here. Well, might have lost 1-2 militia so far, but he's still been able to get some good damage done on these archers. He was able to push the villagers away from food. Can he get the weak one over here, maybe? I think he might have been able. He might be able to do it, but he probably wouldn't end up losing 2 of these units, the militia and yeah, the Eagle Scout. Well, there's a 3rd villager over here, though. He's not going after it at all. Okay, some villagers turn around for Vinchester, for Liereyy rather. Yeah. There's a little bit more idle TC time for Vinch right now, so this micro-win level is certainly coming at a larger cost for Vinchester compared to Liereyy for sure. You can see Lierey's economy is also looking a little bit stronger right now. It's got more food workers, and of course with Chimera that's going to be pretty good. And yeah, Vinchester cannot do any damage over here anymore. Yeah, the villagers coming in clutch in fights. Let me see what the idle time for these villagers specifically was during the engagement. So yeah, in the last minute you can see that they were above 50% idle, right? So that's going to be about, you know, 30 resources, 40 resources. But then all time, they actually spent a lot of time moving, not too much time working. So these villagers have not been the most efficient for Liereyy anyway. Okay. He's trying to get the skirmishers down. He's doing a good job. There's only 2 skirmishers left over here. If he can take those down with the skirmish himself and the Eagle Scout, then he's going to have an archer left over here to potentially fight against the villagers with. Yeah. This is actually not that bad. He might be able to get a villager down now. Finally. There we go. Good job. Yeah. And now because Liereyy microing over here ended up getting a little bit of extra idle TC time as well, the villager count's going to be a little bit higher for Vinchester, which is pretty good. They just got some scouts coming out though. Let's see if Vinchester is going to react to this. Yeah, he's got spearmen coming out right away. I think he was going for the spearmen even before he actually saw the scouts. I think he was expecting already a switch from Liereyy, sorry. So yeah, he's got the skirmishers or the spearmen coming out already. The first one's out over here. He sent the second one, right? The defensive tower as well. Well, that was pretty good. If Vinchester can hold on to this lead that he has created for himself with 3 extra villagers, you know, that could be strong enough for him to snowball this one, potentially in the Castle Age, going up faster, potentially in the Imperial Age, we'll see. We have Bloodlines coming in for Liereyy, but for the time being, he doesn't really have a whole lot of stats for these scouts. As a matter of fact, there's a very, very low HP one over here as well, 1 HP only. So yeah. Yep, going down right now as well, so there's only 2 scouts left. He still doesn't have bloodlines, so they wouldn't really be able to do too much, and he ended up taking a free hit from the spearman. That is really strong from Vinchester. He's the first one using the market right now as well, so he's gonna be getting the best rates, and he's gonna be on his way to the Castle Age very soon, while Liereyy on the other hand is probably gonna have to rely on his standard economy only. Where are the skirmishers from Vinchester? He doesn't have skirmishers left anymore. He's got only 2 archers over here. It's gonna be using to push Lierey's archers away. But yeah, There we go. Castle H on the way for Vinchester. Not so much for Liereyy. Lierey's probably going to be clicking up in about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It's weird to see Vinchester playing like this. You know, every time that I saw Vinchester in previous tournaments, and he would get knocked out, you know, in the round of 16 or round of 32, I always would say Vinchester is one of those players that I feel like he had a very high potential, but he just needed to polish a few things out, you know, he needed to be a little bit more consistent, and I feel like he's finally getting there. I always thought Vinchester was a very, very high potential player. He just needed to polish his game a little bit more, and now it's certainly feeling like he has, you know? I mean, he's taking a freaking hair on Mr. Yo already. Come on. Oh. It's almost like watching Liereyy. Well, you're watching Liereyy, yeah. Anyway, if he can take on Liereyy, you know, he would have taken on all three players people usually regard as the contenders for the second spot. You know, for the second best Age of Empires 2 players. So if Vinchester takes on all three of these players, that's just going to completely change the paradigm, I think. He needed to polish his game. Understandable that he needed the latest DLC to get stunk. Well, he needed the CDs, right? He was gonna be able to polish it a lot easier like that. Well, regardless. Castle H is here already, and he's making a switch to Eagle Warriors. We have right now only 2 barracks though, but he's going for the third one. No, he's not going for the third one just yet. He's going for the second TC and the monastery, so he's gonna be thinking of relics maybe. We'll see. Really good job keeping the archer around over here as well to keep track of Lierey's potential forward units. So there we go, 20 seconds still for Liereyy to get to the Castle H. Vinchester's already getting the Eagle Warrior upgrades. Got scaled mail armor, but no chain mail armor just yet. Liereyy, on the other hand, is going for a defensive tower. He's got a good amount of archers over here. Archers are not going to do, you know, against Eagle Warriors. So, yeah. Vinchester needs to go for chainmail armor, and okay, he's going for wheelbarrow right now, so the upgrades are going to have to wait. And ideally, he would have to go for a third barracks as well. Especially as Liereyy get into the castle, which means he's going to be getting access to knights, of course, he's going for those. And, you know, the strength of eagles lies in numbers, so if you're not going to be committed to massing the eagles up, might as well just not go for it at all. But now he is. At the very least, he's keeping both barracks working for the most part. I do not mind the second TC, but I think if he's gonna be going for eagles, he needs to try and prioritize that a little bit better. And get the third barracks up. And try to prioritize eagle production over villager production. Unless he was trying to play defensive, in which case, you know, double barracks production and the monk coming out from the monastery might be enough, but I feel like it's kind of risky against Liereyy, honestly. Especially as Liereyy still has some scouts left. I don't think monks are going to be the way to go. I've also been a Vinch fanboy for quite a while, expecting good things for him. You know, if Vinchester ends up taking the series, I would like for him to solidify his position by getting good results in future tournaments. But also, there is also another Russian player to watch, to look out for, you know. You probably know who I'm talking about. He's actually been getting significantly better in the last year or so. And I also expect great things from him. And of course the player that I'm talking about is Dark. See? Okay, the monk's staying there for the time being. Good unit control for Vinchester. He managed to get the conversion already. Good job. And the third TC! Okay. There we go. I misread that Ghostbanian for a moment. I read Dark Knob. I never forgive Dark though. Oh, never forgive him for what? Doorknob? No. No Dark Noob. Just Dark. He's smurfed in a low elo deathmatch tournament a year ago or so. Oh, feels bad. I imagine you were on the receiving end of the smurfing. But yeah, he's also another player, definitely an up-and-coming player that I expect great things from. But yeah, Vinchester, right now is, you know, the player at hand, the focus in this matchup. And he's doing a great job so far. Much higher villager count, of course. Right now, 33% higher villager count compared to Liereyy. There we go. He realizes about this. Gets the quick walls up on time. Doesn't lose a single villager. And gets... How does he realize about this? While defending on the left-hand side, trying to get a castle up. And he gets a stone wall over here. He doesn't lose a single villager. What? He's got the Scorpion as well. Really, really incredible performance from Vinchester so far. He's just been clutching it up. Now, this wall line is not really going to be that useful anymore. He needs to make a switch to something else. That's why he's got on a TC up over here. But then I would definitely like for him to try and, you know, get the woodlands on the left-hand side. If he can get some walls over here, especially as we saw in the previous game, he went for stone walls. He could potentially go for stone walls from here to here as well. He will be able to secure the woodlands on the back too. That'll be pretty good. There's a lot of knights over here from Liereyy though, and this is what I was afraid of. If Vinchester is going to be playing defensive, then he won't be able to get enough eagles to hold on against knights. And right now he's got only 2 monks. While Liereyy on the other hand's got, well, what is this, like 16 knights? If he ends up losing 2 knights to the conversion, what is that going to change? Like, it's going to be 14 knights to 2. Anyway. Like, it's not going to change by much at all, and the eagles are getting completely cleaned up. Yeah, there we go. He's taking the engagement. He knows there's nothing for Vinchester to defend himself with, so... Kamayuk's coming out for Vinch. These are a little bit stronger now, but... Yeah, Lierey's still in a pretty good spot. For Siege Workshop as well. Should be able to come forward. And start taking on the TCs already. Meanwhile, Vinchester... if he's gonna be relying on TCs for defending himself against knights, it's not good. The thing is, Liereyy doesn't really have chain bar and armor just yet, so at the very least, these are not as strong as they could be. If you're rooting for Vinchester, that's going to be, you know, kind of like a relief, but yeah, it's gotta be careful. Should be going in favor of Liereyy still. Good pressure over here as well. Well played. Yeah, there we go. In the end, Liereyy will end up losing all the units over here, but he's got a second wave of knights coming forward because he's been sticking to 1 TC full production. It's gonna be strong enough, you know, to afford... What does he have, like triple stable right now? Yeah, he's got triple stable production. Was not producing currently, but... he was able to bring a second wave of units before the first wave actually got cleaned up. Interestingly enough though, Vinchester's villager count actually has gone a little bit higher than before, you know, in comparison to Liereyy. It used to be 33% stronger. Now it's actually a little bit closer to like 40% extra villagers for Vinchester, which is just amazing. Liereyy doesn't seem like he did much more than scratching the surface of Vinchester's current empire. They were buffed. Kamayuks were buffed. Yeah, they are stronger right now. And they still have bonus against cavalry. They are still a pretty decent unit. Check this out. There you go. Against cavalry they have 8, so... What is that, like 66% the bonus damage a pikeman would get? It's actually pretty good. Wow, this is still not open. Really, really good reaction from Vinchester as well. He's going away. Castle staying down for the time being, or staying in foundation state for the time being. Villager count still a little bit higher than 33% higher for Vinchester, and he's going to relocate the castle over the right hand side. This is pretty good. This is already completely walled up. This castle is going to provide some good protection. He can potentially go for a third castle over here later, but this one on the right hand side is still going to be alright. You know, I probably would have preferred for him to get the castle up a little bit closer to the TC. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's see what else we get. He's going after the TC. I think he might be able to get the TC down, most likely. There we go, he's going for it. And it's going down. The TC staying up for the time being. Good job. Yeah, and up north, Liereyy seems like he'll be able to break through. Surprisingly, Vinchester's not going to realize about this, and now the knights are coming in. Are they, though? They're not. They're just being very respectful of the castle, I think. Vinch doesn't have that many barracks, nor the pike upgrade, though. Yeah, that's true. There we are. It's a lot of knights over here. Seems like he's gonna be fine for the time being anyway. Oh, finally second TC coming up for Liereyy right now as well. Okay. Man, that's a scary amount of Kamayuks already. This is actually pretty good. He's got the monk over here as well. Eagles, Kamayuks. Let's see. Oh, he took a shot with his own units. It was not the best, but now let's see. Now it's going down. The conversion's coming up over there. He got it, but he got the weakest knight he could possibly have gotten over here. 2 HP. Wow, the knight's actually staying up. Okay, not anymore. But it's fine though. I think with the amount of units... Wow, that's a great mana shot. I think with the amount of units though that Lierey's left over here, he doesn't really have what it takes to get a good push going anymore. What is like 7 knights? 6 now. Yeah, and the castle and TCs should be taking care of this. Once again, Liereyy has not gone for chain bar the armor just yet, and this is something that I mentioned about 5 minutes ago. And for this gameplay level, for this skill level, this is actually pretty sloppy. Yeah, and he just needs to survive. Exactly, that is the difference. Liereyy is hard pressed to do damage, while Vinchester's just going to keep on defending over here, no problem. You know, as long as he doesn't lose like 30 villagers in a single push, it's gonna be much better, of course. His economy is looking pretty strong. He's got twice the farmers compared to Liereyy. He's got the defenses up already as well, so it's pretty good. We see a ramp coming out too. We'll see, we'll see. There we go. Left hand side, there's a small raid from Liereyy. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he can do too much though. Still, Vinchester about, once again, close to 40% larger villager count compared to Liereyy. It's probably gonna be the first one going up to the Imperial Age as well. Lierey's got the 30 C up right now, but this is really good for Vinchester because if Liereyy wants to keep up, or if he wants to try and catch up in villager count, this is going to be significantly pricier for his current economy to do. While Vinchester already has a very high amount of villagers, so when Lierey's gonna be spending all his resources going for extra farms, you know, and extra villagers, Vinchester's gonna be able to save the, especially as Liereyy keeps on going for more military, right? Vinchester's gonna be able to go up to the Imperial Age very soon as well. And his smaller amount of military has sufficed for the most part. So I think that's not going to change anytime soon. He's going for the stone on the left hand side. It'd be very nice if we could see another castle coming up for Vinchester on the left hand side as well, so that he can completely protect the woodlines over here as well. That'd be pretty good. Overall population higher for Vinchester, mostly because of the villagers. He's got a good amount of the military units, you know. The problem is he doesn't have gold though. Yeah, he doesn't have access to gold anymore. This one is getting denied. Seems like he'll end up losing the villagers. Let's bring the Kamayuks over. And then the rest of the goals, one has already run out, this one. And then he's got the other secondary goal forward. He was trying to protect it with the castle earlier, but he wasn't able to get that one up, fortunately. Let's see. Yeah, without access to gold, this is going to get significantly harder for Vinchester. His stronger villager count, his higher villager count is not really going to amount for much of anything. If he needs to use the market to keep on getting gold, then it's going to be so bad. And of course, if he does manage to go up to the Imperial Age by nuking his economy using the market, what is he going to afford once he gets there? Let's see. We still don't have, you know, chain bard and armor for Liereyy for whatever reason. But these are still going to be strong enough to take on the Kameyuks and the Eagle Warriors. Conversion's coming up. That's actually pretty good. He's getting to very high HP knights this time around. What's Vinchester's scouting like? He actually has an Eagle Warrior roaming around. Oh, and he's found a completely exposed wood line over here, but Liereyy reacting over here on time. He's sending a knight over. Good job. And yeah. Vinchester. Now he got the castle. This changes the game completely. With this castle protecting this goal, he's finally going to get access to natural gold so he can go up to the Imperial Age. I mean, he's got almost enough food already. He's going to go for more barracks right now as well once he gets access to gold. Again, well, it's going to be much easier for him to get the production going of Eagle Warriors once again. So we'll see. Is he going to go up though, or is he going to try to stick to Castle Age full Eagle production though? Because his economy right now is pretty strong. If you went up to, I mean 146 villagers, if you went up to the Imperial Age, he would sacrifice his economy for future units, for future upgrades, while he could use those resources to go for like 20 Eagle Warriors right away. Or rather, 16 Eagle Warriors right away, for instance. I guess probably going up to the Imperial Age makes more sense. Yeah, he's going up. He's going up. He's going for a forward castle right now as well. Right next to Lierey's gold over here. Liereyy doesn't realize about this. He knows about it, but he cannot do anything about it. Wow, good job. In Vinchester, we'll have such a nice head start to the Imperial Age. He's not even, you know, falling behind that bad in military count, considering he's got multiple TCs and multiple castles. He should be able to defend himself just fine over here with a small amount of units compared to Liereyy anyway. So yeah. There's a tower over here too. Eagles pushing the light cavalry away, and wow, Vinchester all of a sudden is looking super strong over here against Liereyy. This is looking great. This is looking great indeed. Only now Iron Castle is coming up for Liereyy. Still not going for chain bard and armor. I think he's been borrowing the wrong page from my book. Here's out of steam. No +2 for such a long time. Yeah. His production right now is going to consist of only light cavalry, so he's going to try to raid. Liereyy should be able to hold on against light cavalry. He's got plenty of castles. Meanwhile, over here, we're going to see Kameyuks. We're probably going to see Eagle Warriors coming forward as well from Vinchester very soon. And you know, once he gets to the Imperial Age, if he goes for Elite Eagle Warrior, Blade Mail Armor as well, what does Liereyy really do to defend himself against that? Especially with Castle Age upgrades only, I don't think he can do too much. Like Elite Eagle Warriors, you know, with Fabric Shields, Blade Bard and armor, they're going to take on Knights, even, just fine. It's going to be super cost effective, and here it comes! Here comes Vinchester! He's only 20 seconds away from Imperial Age, but he's already starting to lay some damage. On the right hand side, he's pushing villagers out of gold, out of stone rather. There's another castle coming up over here from Vinchester! In so many raids everywhere. That's gonna be GG! And Liereyy, all of a sudden, down by 2 against Vinchester. Just, what is this? Vinchester, is he going to take on all 3 top 2 players? Damn, boy. Let's take a look at military over here real quick. It's going to be a very close to 7-6 KD ratio for Liereyy. We have 40 to 34 army high as well for Liereyy and Vinchester. For economy, on the other hand, we also get a stronger economy for Vinchester. Surprising no one, of course, his villager lead was apparent the entire game. He managed to get about 11,000 extra resources. And finally, for Castle in Village, we have faster uptimes as well for Vinch too. For Society, well, a much larger villager count. He ended up losing a lot, for sure. But Liereyy also ended up losing a lot. And proportionally speaking, Liereyy ended up losing a larger portion. Alright. As we move over to the game. There's not really a whole lot of action taking place just yet. But yeah, who wins game number 3? Vinchester or Liereyy? You guys have 5 minutes. And there we are. For civilizations over here, though, we have a very interesting way. We have Aztecs for Liereyy, but we have Poles for Vinchester. Poles for Vinchester. Let's talk about Liereyy civilization first. So what do we get for the green player on the left-hand side? It's gonna be getting with Aztecs 50 extra gold upon starting the game. On top of that, of course, he also has with Aztecs villagers who can carry 3 extra resources per trip. We're gonna get also for... Let's see, we're gonna be getting also for... Yeah, for Aztecs, 11% faster training military units except for monks. However, monks, they do get 5 extra HP per each, you know, monastery technology that they research. Up until, you know, well, how much can they get? I actually don't think I have ever done the math on that. You let me know. But regardless, besides that, we also get for them, for the team bonus, 33% faster gold income from relics, which is pretty good. And yeah, for the most part, that's going to be about it, so. Anyway, let's take a look at, yeah, Vinchester's bonuses on the other hand. For the purple player over here on the right-hand side, with Pulse, he's going to get stone miners generating gold at a 50% efficiency, you know, per each unit of stone that they collect. So 1 stone is going to yield the half gold unit for them. On top of that, we also get for Poles 5, 10, 15, and 20% or 20 HP per minute that their villagers regenerate. They also get access to the full work, and they also have, I believe it's going to be extra attack. Is that extra attack? I think it's extra attack on... No, it's not extra attack, sorry. It's access to gunpowder. And the castle age, right? If I'm mistaken. Let's check real quick. Pulse's civilization we don't really see very often. No. That is not for them. That is not for them. That is for Bohemians. Sorry. So for Pulse is the villagers, the full work, the stone miners. Yeah, that's about it. For the team bonus, it's actually, you know, scout line units getting 1 extra attack against archers, so it's going to be like a small, like a weaker version of the Persian team bonus. And for scouts as opposed to knights. But yeah, 95 HP is the max Aztecs can get. Thank you, Aga Mystery. Yeah, I didn't recall that. Let's see. They're just trying to get some damage down over here. He's got the hill. Oh, but the TC is there. The village is going to walk away with 1 HP left. Wow. And you know, Vinchester doesn't even go for Loom. He doesn't even rush it. Instead, he's going for Militias forward already, so it's going to be a drush for him. Yeah, and that villager is going to regenerate as well, so how good is that? On 25 HP only for the villager, it's going to take, you know, 1 minute for it to go back to full HP, or a minute and 15 seconds. Close to it. 12 seconds. Loom's coming up for Vinchester right now, so it's gonna be going up. So it's definitely a drush flush over here for him as well. While Liereyy, on the other hand, well, he's got some militias coming out, but he's got them coming out as he's going out to the field age, so it's going to be Minotaur's archers for him instead. You would expect Minotaur's archers to actually do pretty well, but let's see. All right. Bit of his macro from Vinch over there. Could have blocked the villager. Yeah, he probably could have done it. He's making a switch to goal right now as well. Let's take a look at the map generation real quick. Now Lierey's in the Fuel H already. So he's gonna have the Manatar's upgrade coming up over here. We don't really have a lot of time. You know what? We're gonna have to skip map generation analysis because we see a villager coming forward from Liereyy already. So it's quite clear it's gonna be getting a tower up behind the wood line over there. There we go. Towering against poles. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not collecting stone just yet. So I think it's gonna be fine. The archer range is coming up. And Vinchester doesn't have the slightest clue about this. There's only one wood line for him though, so this is a pretty clutch tower from Liereyy. That's going to put him in a pretty good spot. Now he's going for stone. There we go. Meanwhile, over here, we have the militia still roaming around. There's not really a whole lot that he can do anymore. I don't think Lierey's got a lot of exposed economy. Anyway. Oh, there's a front woodland. You're correct. Yeah, I actually had completely forgotten about it. True, true. So this is going to idle these villages for a little bit. But then Vinchester is going to move these down south, or is he going to go for a tower himself? I think going for a tower himself would be the way to go, though. Just send some villagers down over to the straggler trees, and then keep 5 villagers over here, so that he can get a tower up, and then he should be able to defend himself against this tower just fine. Wow, he's not going for it. Interesting. Stone walls coming up instead. Is he just going to ignore the tower? I mean, he's got the resources to go for one himself. Seems to be paying attention on the left-hand side where the spearman's going down. Yeah, that's going to leave him on 2 militias and the scout. Good job. Let's see if he can block the villager. He's gonna try to. Okay, okay. Vinchester's trying to block the villager over here. That's really solid micro for Vinchester. And he gets a villager. You know, over here, he's not taking a loss whatsoever. But the Minotaurs are breaching through. So Liereyy took advantage of Vinchester paying attention down south to breach through over here. Now, Lierey's got a lot of extra idle TC time though compared to Vinchester as well. So the purple player is looking super strong. Check that out. Good job. There we go. That's a village going down now for Vinchester. So he's still 2 villages ahead, but that's going to be because of Lierey's misplay, not because of his own merit, in a sense. 2 eco KD so far. Might be another villager going down over here. Interesting that, yeah, Vinchester's just trying to bait the Minotaurs with the villagers, I think, because he was not pulling them out at all. Well, we'll see. There we go. Yeah, and the Minotaurs are getting completely cleaned up. Overall, pretty stable. In the end, Vinchester's not really going to end up taking too many losses. He's going for a preempted defense tower here. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, to be honest, because they could definitely still bring a tower down here. And by the way, why do we not have the chat? There we go. Sorry about that. Fletching on the way for Liereyy. Yeah, Vinchester's gonna be able to hold on over here just fine. He still has 1 extra villager. He's gotten a little bit of extra idle TC time compared to Liereyy. So he doesn't hold on to a 2 villager lead anymore, but it's still pretty good. 1 extra vill. And there we go, the tower's coming up. Good job. Still from behind over here, I'm pretty sure the archers can still push the villagers away from wood though. We'll see. The skirmisher should provide enough protection for Vinchester though, on the other hand. Good job. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's going back now. Castle H is going to be on the way very soon for both players. Liereyy will be there a little bit sooner. And yeah, Vinchester should still be able to go up himself. Probably about 30 seconds, 40 seconds later. We'll see. It's probably going to be a little bit more than that though. Yeah, but they both should be on their way to the Castle H very soon. Liereyy is going to be the first one to click up, and Vinchester is going to be following suit very shortly after. So it's not too bad. Yeah. Blacksmith's coming up as well. So he can go for... he already... Wait, what? Fall work. I'm sorry, the foundation over here looks very similar to the blacksmith actually. But yeah, 3 fall works. Getting the farms up over here. Good job. And he should be on his way to the Castle H very soon. It seems like it's going to be more like a minute of a head start for Liereyy to get to the Castle H. So what is he going to do with Aztecs over here? He could very easily go for Eagles, but he's got a single barrack, so it seems like it's going to be crossbows and Eagles. But not a very strong production, so most likely we're probably going to see a second DC coming up, I think, for Liereyy after he goes up. Anyway. We already have predictions, right? Yeah, we already have predictions for game number 3. Could be some Monk Siege push or something as well. I guess it could be if he sends villagers forward, right? He's not sending any villagers forward just yet. I love the walls he's gone for, by the way. He ends up securing the gold. He ends up securing... Yeah, wool line over here, which is beautiful, and then there is another wool line over here. It's not going to be the best because of the way that the pawn generated inside it, but it's still safe wood in any case. So there we go, stone walls coming up for Vinchester! It's 1 minute away from the Castle H, and it seems like he's going to get the stone walls up just in time. Good job! Good job! So Liereyy cannot come in anymore. This is something you probably wouldn't be able to get away with any other civilization, except, you know, Poles only. So yeah, the only unfortunate thing is that he doesn't really secure any golds. He did not go for a tower over here, but, you know, as long as he's got access to stone, he's gonna be fine. Oh, he does have a gold over here on the back, never mind then. Yeah, it's pretty good. With the stone walls up over here, then Vinchester is going to end up securing also the wool line over here, which is fantastic. Plus this gold, plus this stone. I'm not really sure if he knows about the gold though. He does know about the gold, yeah. Yeah. Castle coming up, we're gonna see Obuch coming in. Pretty interesting unit, always. Arson for Liereyy, okay. Well, I don't think it's gonna be able to break through anyway. Even the weakest stone wall over here is going to be 1200 HP and is right next to the tower. So it's unlikely he'll be able to breach through anytime soon. It's actually not looking bad for... Yeah, he's done a good job. He's done a good job for sure. There we go. Ten hours later, yeah. He's going to keep on trying to push. Meanwhile, we'll see some Obuch coming out already for Vinchester. He's got the one only right now. But yeah, this one got nerfed a little bit. Now it takes a little bit longer to train the unit. Okay, that's a little bit sloppy for Vinchester though, not gonna lie. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get a lot of action over here. Yeah, just Vinchester trying to go for Schlacht privileges so he can get the night spam going. Meanwhile, Liereyy on the other hand is going for the second and the third DCs. This is pretty interesting because if Vinchester gets the upgrade, that's going to make it so much easier for him to spam knights. And if he sticks to 1 TC, it's going to be kind of like the opposite situation compared to what we had in the previous game. The difference is the Vinchester's knights are going to be significantly cheaper to produce. How much cheaper? Well, I think it's a 60% discount, isn't it? That means that on paper... Okay, it's going for a second castle actually, so is it going to be knights and obuch? That means that on paper, 40 gold. Right, so it's a 60% discount, I think. Yeah, well, that means that on paper, I think Vinchester's gonna be able to afford knights with the stone miners as if he had like straight gold miners. Which is amazing. If he goes to gold, of course, it's going to be significantly cheaper for him, or it's going to take significantly less villagers for him to get a good amount of, you know, knights coming out, so, yeah. It's 30 gold? Well, he's going for the first one. He's got the second stable, the third stable even. So he's got double castle and triple stable. And yet he's got more villages compared to Liereyy. What is this? He's going for the extra TCs just for defenses? Holy moly. Dude, Vinchester's got more villages right now than Liereyy. And he's got double castle and triple stable to produce from. If he's gonna be sick, okay, he's got the second TC up right now. I was going to say if he was going to stick to 1 TC full push, then that was going to be incredible infrastructure for him to produce units from, but no, it seems like he's going to go for economy himself as well. Wow, this is actually not really half bad for Vinchester. Liereyy though will be the first one to go up to the Imperial Age. What is that going to give him though? He's trying to get some stone right now, potentially to go for a castle and maybe get access to trebuchets. Meanwhile, Vinchester on the other hand, you know, Vinchester, if he pays attention to the score and realizes Liereyy going up to the Imperial Age, shouldn't take too long to go out to the Imperial Age himself either, because he's got a good amount of farmers. He's got only 2 TCs to work with, but it seems like he's just going to go for full knight though. Yeah, he's getting another blacksmith up right now. That's the build that Liereyy had destroyed, yes. Chain bar and armor. Wow, Vinchester's just going to go for full knight production over here. A triple stable, this can be really strong. But is Liereyy going to be exposed anywhere though? Is he open? He's not, but he's got palisades only, for the most part. That's going to make it, well, pretty easy. You know, for him to come forward, to come through. It might not be open, but he has to expose CCs. Yeah. We have chain bar and armor over here for Vinchester already. You know, the thing with Poles as well is that their knights are not going to scale the best because you don't get plate bar and armor. So yeah, just trying to stick to castle age push over here could be good. But he needs to go forward, he needs to try and break through right now and do as much damage as possible, because if he doesn't, then Liereyy will be able to get the stone walls up on time. Yeah, these are good walls, but the left-hand side is still very much exposed. Let's see if Liereyy can get this one up. I feel like Vinchester's priority right now should be trying to breach through and try to find an exposed area. So we have some palisades over here. Okay. He's gonna try to take on the TC. Well, he knows that units from Liereyy are chasing him. So Liereyy could bring the crosses over here and he should be able to keep the TC up. But I think Lierey's just buying himself time by letting the TC be exposed. And then when it goes down in HP to being very close to ejecting the villagers, he's going to bring the crosses over. And he's bringing the crosses over from behind the walls as well. So it's unlikely Vinchester will be able to get this TC down. It seems just like bait from Liereyy. Which is pretty good, of course. So yeah. There we go. Knights are getting completely cleaned up and Vinchester wasn't able to take the TC down. That was a little bit unfortunate for sure. He's got more knights coming over the right hand side though. There we go. Good job. Wasted knights? Kinda looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, and I was kind of hoping Vinchester was going to get a much larger amount of knights at this point by keeping the first wave alive. And then just keep on trying to raid Vinchester before Vinchester, you know, gets access to Arbalister and the strong upgrades that he's going to be getting access to in the Imperial Age. So, there we go. We have Bracer already for Liereyy, which is pretty good. And he's getting Chemistry. He's just got an Arbalister as well. Meanwhile, Vinchester's got only... He's got only a few knights over here to work with. Castle on the way. Yeah. Good job. 4 Siege Workshop from Vinchester coming in a little bit too late, maybe. Well, I mean, what is he going to get in the Imperial Age? Just gonna struggle right now. 36 Arbalists already. Yeah. Good job. What is he going to go for? Really unsure. I guess probably Siege would be Vinchester's best choice in the situation. He's got Defensive Siege Workshop up anywhere? He doesn't actually. No. But he's going for ballistics and he's going for archer ranges, so he's going to try and go for skirms instead. Maybe. Left hand side once again. Keeps on trying to get the TC down, but cannot do it. He was able to get one village down though from Liereyy this time around. Oh, we have a trebuchet for Liereyy. Alright then, this is pretty interesting. Vinchester is gonna be in the Imperial Age now. And is it going to go for chemistry right away? I imagine. It's got the university up. Yeah, but he's not going for chemistry just yet. It's going for Bracer instead. It's got leather arch armor, hand cards coming up as well. It's behind by 8 villagers. And Lierey's looking pretty strong. Trebuchet coming forward as well. I think Vinchester is pretty aware of this. What is he going to go for himself? He's not going for his own trebuchets at all. He's got 2 castles over here to work with. So it's definitely by choice. Right now he cannot afford it. Now he can do it, but he decides to go for more knights. So it's going to be knights and skirmishers. This is really interesting. Because the way that this army works is Vinchester needs to come forward with the knights. And he needs to try and get a surround going on the Arbalisters to prevent them from getting away. The Arbalisters, on the other hand, they're going to try to get to a choke point. So by chasing the Arbalisters into a choke point, that's how the skirmishes can potentially work later, right? They can take on the Arbalisters if the Arbalisters are going to be stuck in a single place. But the problem is, with only chain barded armor, the knights from Vinchester will not be resilient enough, in my opinion, to really push these units away at all. Like, it's just going to get cleaned up. So I don't think Liereyy even needs choke points right now with the Arbalisters, honestly. Yeah, Vinchester's just using these as bait. Good job. Cavalry upgrades coming up right now as well. Let's see. Good job. For the time being, Vinchester is defending himself really well, and overall population is not that much higher for... Yeah, for Liereyy. Vinchester actually sending some Cavalier forward already as well. And these are pretty cheap, I guess, for not having plate bar and armor. It's not the worst unit if you're gonna be paying such little gold for them. You know, you gotta keep in mind as well that Vinchester with his civilization technically gets a lot more gold available compared to Liereyy because it's gonna be getting 50% of the stone he's got initially to gold as well. I think Liereyy makes his ethical skirmishers and wins this one. It could be. Yeah, because the Cavalier, they're just getting cleaned up, right? By the Arbalesters. Hey, Alistan, how are you doing? Welcome back, by the way. Hope everything's going alright. Good job. Well, at the very least, the trebuchet's gone down though, so that was probably still pretty much worth it. Maybe. I'm actually not too sure because that's a lot of Cavalier, but at the very least, it's cheap Cavalier, so it's not the worst. Things are okay? Nice. Good to hear. Let's see. Elite Eagle Warrior coming in for Liereyy right now as well, so we're gonna see a tech switch. It's going for Squires too. A lot of extra barracks on the way. Yeah, and Vinchester's just gonna keep on playing defensive over here. Okay, Cavalier coming in. Vinchester might be able to get some good damage down over here, but Lierey's paying attention, sorry, to the minimap, so yeah. Please don't tell me he's going to go after this to see again underneath the castle and just try to break through. Oh, it's open though! He's coming in with Cavalier, but he just lets the villager close this up. Dusty though. I think, is this open still? I'm not really sure. I think Liereyy will increase pop 200 very soon. I think so too as well, but Vinchester's actually not lagging behind too bad, and he's getting some good damage done over here. This is beautiful. If he can take on these villagers, that's going to hurt Liereyy so much, and he's got a lot of Cavalier over here still. Hey, you know what? Liereyy might be able to get to 200 population very soon. He's going for Garland Wars right now, so it's going to be full legal for sure. But his economy is not the best currently. And the Vinchester can't keep putting pressure over here. Yeah, he might be able to prevent the eagle spam that I'm pretty sure Liereyy was kind of hoping for. Yeah, more Cavalier coming over the right-hand side. Really good job. Vinchester staying ahead in population. Splash damage Hazar. Wait, he's gone for the upgrade already? Alright, extra castle coming up over here. That's gonna be the 4th castle already for Vinchester. And here come the Cavalier. Good job. Yeah, he just keeps on trying to find an opening, but he's not gonna be able to, so these Cavalier are just gonna be taking on the pikemen, they're gonna be taking on the Eagle Warriors. He might be able to get some villages down over here though, and he still has Cavalier inside Lierey's base that Liereyy hasn't realized about, or has been unable to react to on time, whatever, right? Guys, I'm very curious, has anybody checked to see how many games Liereyy has played this week, if he's been preparing or not? I'm pretty sure Vinchester is in tip-top shape, but I'm not really sure if Vinchester is at the best he could be. Like, Vinchester is playing really well, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of curious because Vinchester could be playing so good as to make Liereyy look like he was unprepared, even though Liereyy might be in top shape himself as well. Like, it's 100% possible, but I'm just asking. I'm kind of wondering if anybody's taking a look at that. Well, yeah, there's also that. 5 relics for Aztecs is amazing, of course. 5th castle coming up over here for Vinchester. He still has access to plenty of gold, in any case. They're playing a bit sloppy these games. It kind of feels like it a little bit, but it's so hard to say for sure, because oftentimes just one player playing so good is going to make the other player look bad, even if the player, you know, technically played alright. But yeah, Vinchester not on point over here, didn't realize about this, and now he's getting raided. It's definitely here still. There we go. Then we're getting Horse Guy in the current game, for example. That isn't Liereyy. Oh, well, yeah. We had also the issue with Chain Bar and armor. Many upgrades he was not paying attention to, unfortunately. So now Vinchester realizes about this, but he's still leaving this open. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, there is another batch of Cavalier coming forward, but these ones are going to get pushed away by the Arbalesters. Blast Furnace on the way right now as well. Yeah. Hey, now we have Hazar. We have Winged Hazar for Vinchester. He's had it for a little bit. Obuch coming out? I'm not really sure about that. Well, it seems like both Vinchester and Liereyy are going to be on 200 population. Lierey's already there, but Vinchester's gonna be getting there very soon. We'll see though who manages to get the best engagement over here. Arbalesters are going to be so good. There you go. Engagement is taking place right now. A lot of Elite Eagle Warriors over here. Winged Hazar as well, with skirmishers to boot and some Obuch over here as well. The Arbalesters are coming forward. And they're going right after the Bombarcano. Really good job. And he's gonna be taking this one as well. That is really sloppy from Vinchester though. But are the Arbalesters going down over here because of it? Not yet. Actually, yeah, the Arbalesters are still staying up, and problem over here though will be how does he defend the trebuchets against the Obuch and whatnot if these Arbalesters can get pushed away by skirmishers. And also we have the Winged Hazard coming forward. Okay, he's going after the trebuchets right away, but the castle's crumbling regardless. I think it is. We'll see. It is, yeah, he ran out of stone. The Pole player run out of stone, and that is a huge milestone over here for Liereyy. No more extra gold for free for Vinchester. No more repair on the castle. There we go. It seems like it's just going to be... Wow! Hey, Ginger Beer, thank you so much for the resub! 18 months! What? Dude! That is a year and a half. Second Twitch, baby. 18 months. Yeah. That's enough for 2 babies for sure. Thank you so much, Ginger Beer. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the extended support, man. A year and a half already is so long. I hope you've enjoyed the content so far, man. It's been great. For KOTD, I think this is like this final weekend is going to mark like a month of tournament, right? For KOTD, that's pretty good. After Age of Empires 4 came out, there was not really a whole lot around Age of Empires 2 anymore, and now this is actually making a difference, so that's pretty good. Well, anyway. Spike's not good. Yeah. They're not good enough. Lierey's kind of running out of resources right now a little bit. He's going for Lone Swords. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough though. We have Winged Hazar. He's going for 200 swordsmen. What is the plan over here? What does he want to go for? We have Cavalier and we have Winged Hazar over here for Vinchester. I don't think Lone Swords are going to cut it. Well, it's got Garland Wars, right? So maybe against the Hazard it's going to do alright, but the thing is the Hazard over here are not going to cost any gold to Vinchester, so you can spam these forever. With 5 relics, I'm not really sure how strong the spam potential is for Liereyy for potential champions. You know, 5 relics for Aztecs are going to be like having 9 gold miners. So that's going to be enough for like what? 5 champions or 10 champions per minute rather. I think it's going to be good for 10 champions per minute. I don't think that's going to be strong enough, honestly. I think Vinchester should be in a much better spot now with 65 farms and Winged Hazar over here. I think this is probably the way to go for him. Vinch keeps losing BBCs for free. Yeah, it's not been the best siege control for him whatsoever. Love watching you grow, man. Well, thank you so much, Gingerbeard. I didn't know about that. But it's hopefully going to be even better next year. This year was actually pretty good for the channel, but next year it's gotta be huge, man. Next year's gotta be huge. We have so many good things coming up. We have more open ELO Cup for community tournaments, you know, for lower ELO players. We have also some high ELO tournaments coming up, and of course there's always Terranova 2. Lumen on the horizon, which I have very big plans for. So hopefully we're gonna be able to get that going in the way that I envision it. But yeah. I would imagine Skirns, Arbalisters with traps would be enough over here with Atatul. Does he have Atatul actually? He's going for Arbalisters right now, not going for skirmishers anymore. I don't know, man. Honestly, I feel like the Wind Hussar are very strong with trample damage. And, you know, just being overall stronger. The lack of armor is not really going to affect them too much. Well, against Atatul skirmishers, maybe, yeah. Against pikemen, probably not so much. Arbalest Trample Hussar is good comp for Vinchester. Yeah, he doesn't really have right now Arbalester, right? I don't think he does. Just gonna be sticking to skirmishers. Just like 20 arrows are fine. I'm not really sure how much gold he has access to still. To see if he would be able to sustain production or something like that, or even get to there, because I don't think he's got the Arbalest upgrade, so he's still missing that. Okay, more Hussar coming forward over here from Vinch. Overall population still very close. Vinchester's got more villagers, but not quite as many military units. It's amazing to see. He's got 68 food workers, and he's got only one Hussar queued up. It seems to me like Vinchester right now is starting to struggle a little bit more to keep up in the late game compared to Liereyy. In the sense that like just unit production is kind of a struggle for him, right? He queues like 14 Hussar right now, but it took him so long. Yeah, the champions are actually shredding those winged Hussar, man. Damn, Carlo Wars to the rescue. That was not even close. These are getting completely shredded. Yobuch on top. Pretty good, but against Garland Wars, they go down before they get a chance of really chipping too much armor away. So yeah, this army composition for Liereyy is working out really well so far. Does Vinch have the Trample upgrade? I was led to believe he does. By you. By you guys in the chat. So I'm just going to trust your word, and I think he does. Yeah, and the Aztec champions are so strong. Now, Vinchester can hold on. I don't think Liereyy will be able to keep on sustaining champion production very heavily. Well, I mean, I guess he's going to, as long as he got access to gold still. If he was relying on relics only, then probably he wouldn't be able to sustain it quite as nicely. But yeah, with access to gold, he can just keep on going for champions for days, so it's actually pretty good. It seems like this is going to be the first game going in favor of Liereyy in the series. And well, this basically guarantees a 5-game series at the very least, as it's no longer gonna be possible for Vinchester to get a, you know, clean sweep. Good job. Yeah, there we go. He got it before he went for Winged Hussar upgrade. Vinch was struggling to get to his goal all game long. Yeah, it's been an issue. After he ran out of stone, then it's so much harder for him, right? Because he does not get gold anymore at all. He's got only 2 gold miners right now. I'm not really sure what those are, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the case for much longer. Yeah, it's probably just going to get cleaned up anyway. Yeah, GG, there we go. Vinchester's going to call this one, and Liereyy does a really good job taking game number 3. So it's going to leave us on a score of 2-1 in favor of Vinchester still. But not too bad, not too bad. Let's go and take a look at military over here. What do we get? We get a KD that's very close to 1-1. But it was much better for Liereyy because of the cost effectiveness of the traits. His stronger economy as well. You remember, with a close amount of villagers, still going to be better for Liereyy because the villagers carrying extra resources. he was able to sustain more military production and whatnot. So we're going to have 75 to 56 army high for Liereyy and Vinchester respectively. For economy, on the other hand, well, we get about the same economy, surprisingly, for Liereyy. For technology, well, faster feudal, castle, and imperial age times. Also, you gotta remember that he was training for the most part, like at the end, pikemen and champions for like cavalier, wing hussar as well, and bombard cannons. So many bombard cannons Vinchester ended up losing this game. Vinchester played very well if he doesn't kill his elephant with TC, and he's still almost won versus Aztecs. Elephant? What? Let's go back. Guys, I have actually something to show you over here. You might have realized about this already, but we have a new view over here. Let's actually cross this out, right? Aztecs and what was the Poles? We have now the stats. There we go. Oh crap, this is not looking the best. But anyway, you can see these are the civilization stats for the tournament so far. It's probably a little bit hard to see, maybe. There we go, fixed. It's probably still a little bit hard to see, but yeah, you can see the matchup over here and the percentage for the civilization. Welcome everyone to game number 4 between Vinchester and Liereyy. What do we get over here for Vinchester? It's gonna be playing Vietnamese up north, and Liereyy on the other hand is gonna be playing Sicilians down south over here. Taking a look at Lierey's civilization, Sicilians will begin with 100 extra stone. On top of that, they get access to dungeon as opposed to towers, and we'll also get 100% extra food from farms for each farm upgrade he goes for as opposed to your standard amount, as well as 100% fast ability TCs and castles starting in the castle age, and we also have 50% less bonus damage land units take from enemy units except siege weapons. Well, for the team bonus, that's going to be for water, so we're not going to go through that. For map generation, though, starting with the green player over here, he's got the main goal forward. Then he's got the secondary goal forward as well, and the other secondary goal on the left-hand side along the main stone, while the secondary stone is on the right-hand side. This is not a terrible map generation for Liereyy whatsoever. As a matter of fact, because he's so close to the corner of the map, if he went for walls like this, he will be able to secure a wood line. As you guys probably knew already. He will be able to secure the stone, the goal, as well as berries. And then he can just go for walls like this, and he's going to be completely closed off. Ideally, of course, he would have to go for walls around the goal so he can protect this one as well. But just protecting a secondary goal is going to be enough to get him going. At the very least, at the very beginning. So let's go and take a look at Vinchester next. With the enemies, the purple player over here, then, on the other hand, gets 20% extra HP on archer units, as well as free conscription. He knows the starting location of enemy TCs, but interestingly enough, Vinchester has gone forward, but has not been able to get lame going against, yeah, Liereyy whatsoever. He didn't find an elephant, he did not stick around to try and find goats, he didn't really manage to get much of anything, I think. There's a little pause right now. Hopefully the technical issues are not going to come in here to haunt us. Lag, alright. So yeah. Besides that, we get for Vietnamese, besides free conscription, they are going to get no wood cost on eco upgrades, and for the team bonus on the other hand, we also have... Okay, no way. Yeah, for a moment over there I thought that Liereyy might consider go for the elephant. But yeah, for the team bonus on the other hand, Vietnamese are also going to get access to the Imperial Skirmisher unit and the upgrade, of course. Taking a look at the map generation though for Vinchester this time around, he's also kind of close to the edge of the map, but or to the corner of the map, but because he does not have any woodlands on the right hand side to really utilize for walling himself up, going for something like this is going to be significantly pricier for him. So I think we're probably going to see something like this, which is very unfortunate, and he will only be able to protect one stone and no golds whatsoever, right? Like he's got the main gold forward, the secondary golds are one down south over here, and the other secondary gold is... where is it even? It's underneath the minimap actually. Oh, yeah, it's right here. As for stone on the other hand, well, he's got the main stone on the left-hand side and the secondary stone on the right? So yeah, I'm liking the map generation for Liereyy this time around, like, a lot better. Like, it's not even close, man. Let's see. Barracks are really up for both players. The Prush is coming up. The Primo Rush. Lierey's got militias coming out already. And Vinchester already has militias coming out as well. And of course, it's going to be exactly mirrored for both players. The woodlands are on one side too, so not difficult to deny them. Yeah, exactly. There is only two woodlands over here, and that is assuming that Liereyy, or actually the Vinchester, honestly walls towards the front woodline over here on the left-hand side. Otherwise, this one alone would be fairly straightforward for Liereyy to deny, of course. And they're just passing. We'll see who can lay pressure the best. Liereyy is already getting the quick walls up, so it's unlikely we're gonna see Vinchester achieve too much over there. Meanwhile, Vinchester over here is still very much exposed. The berries. And yeah, Lierey's going for walls around the berries as well, so he should be fine. Okay. Good job. Quick walls coming out on time for Vinchester as well, but the left-hand side villagers are exposed still, so that's a little bit better for Liereyy. He's gonna be getting some either villager time out of Vinchester's foragers. But now we see another villager coming out for Vinch, and he's gonna try to take the battle. Let's get on the hill, good job. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good from Liereyy still. Both players going up to the fuel H. On the same population, Lierey's going up a little bit sooner. Vinchester's gotten a little bit of extra idle TC time. Very, very small amount though. Not going to change the game too much, that's for sure. Let's see if he can get a villager down over here. I think he's gonna get it. That was so close though, but Vinchester walks away unscratched. Well, not as much unscratched as with two less limbs, but making a switch to farms right now. Yeah, that's probably the smartest thing to do. It would have been better, of course, if he would have gotten the quick walls up over here before getting pushed out, but yeah. He's going at it then, again. Villagers. But he's not walling. Yeah, he's taking a lot of losses too. There we go. He's trying to bring the stronger villager over to the left. Yeah, and it'll be a pretty good idea to go for the quick walls right now. That Lierey's finally walked away. Villages here for both players. And we should see the archer ranges coming up, right? We're gonna see in just one moment. And that's almost a villager going down. Vinchester's been losing so much HP on so many villagers over here. And he's still not going for the walls. If he ends up losing this villager, man, I swear. How many villas do we have with very low HP over here? Wow. He's got 5 out of 7 villagers over here. Very, very low HP. 5 out of 8, actually. Maybe that's 6 out of 8. 75% of his villagers around the TC are snipeable for sure. Oh, it's open though. Oh, and Liereyy gets a quick walls out just in time. This is what Vinchester needed to do on the berries like 3 hours ago. Now Liereyy denies the only glimpse of damage over here that Vinchester might have been able to get away with. He's taking a free hit as well. Yeah, microing has not been the best for. Not again, man. Not again. It's not been the best for Vinchester for sure. And he is getting away with it. Absolutely. So the archer range is already up. We're gonna see archers coming forward. And yeah, with the siege workshop, with the What do I keep on calling it? I always make the same mistake. With the blacksmith, should be able to go for fletching, right? So we see fletching on the way. Liereyy, on the other hand, he's got the archer range, and he's got archers coming forward himself. He's got skirmishers, as a matter of fact. He's got only one archer. And he does not have fletching just yet. There we are. Yeah, villager count should be the same. We have about the same amount of idle TC time, 6 seconds of difference only. And oh, Vinchester losing the first villager over here in the game already. To one of the previous militias, I think. Meanwhile, over here, struggling to make anything happen. There's a very low HP villager over here that he should be able to get, but yeah. Yeah, that's the first village going down. You can see KOTD over here, 0 to 1. But he's taking a lot of HP losses elsewhere, so many of these villages can go down like very easily to a few projectiles. Barro's coming in for Vinchester as well, so his economy is going to be stronger, but he will fall behind by about 4 villagers first. Not a whole lot of damage over here accomplished by Vinchester's units. Yeah, and around the TCs, these villagers are significantly higher HP compared to Lierey's TC, so it's unlikely, compared to Vinchester's TC, sorry, so it's unlikely Vinchester is going to be able to do too much damage. He's going to go straight into the wood line though. Quick walls are not going to save these villagers, so if he plays those cards right, Vinchester, yeah, just target the weak one and he might be able to get the villager down. He needs to trade for the vill right now because there's no way he's coming out alive with these archers. Good job. Yeah, and the archers are getting cleaned up right now. But that's going to equalize KOTD. And with an idle TC time, very similar to both players, it's going to leave us in a very similar position. Of course, Vinchester with wheelbarrow did fall behind in villager count a little bit, but he's probably going to be the first one to go up to the castle age. Take a look at his resources. That's pretty good. That's pretty good if you ask me. And of course, a little bit of that's going to come from not having to pay wood for the upgrades, which you can see allowed him to go for Horse Scholar, while Liereyy does not have Horse Scholar. He's got wheelbarrow. He's got, double bit axe. He's got all the eco upgrades. While Liereyy, on the other hand, well, not in the best spot in terms of economy right now. He's got some skirmishers fighting over here, but it's unlikely he's going to end up getting a single village down, as Vinchester's got a full HP scout coming out of the stable right now as well, and he should be able to push him away. Interestingly enough, Vinchester is going to tower the stone, so he can collect stone to go for a castle, I imagine, in the castle age. He was looking like he was going to be able to go up to the castle age very, very shortly, but very, very soon. But he ended up going for a few extra scouts, so that's going to set him back by about 240 resources. Otherwise, he might be significantly closer. Yeah, imagine he hadn't gone for the scouts. He probably would have almost enough resources to go up to the castle age. If he had a market as well, he definitely would have been able to click up already. But he doesn't. Let's see if he realizes about the other villagers over here. It's going to be 1 full minute. Vinch! Mate! Uh-oh. He's trying to get another push going himself. Get the villager! Get the villager! That's a 1 HP vill! Oh, get it! Ah, he didn't get it, man. He didn't realize about it. Oh boy, and these villages are still idle. Those are 5 freaking villages not working. Okay, there we go. He's going to transition these, finally. Wait. Yeah. He's going for another archer age. He should have been able to go out to the castle age so much faster. If he had a market earlier, he would have been able to go up so much faster. If he hadn't gone for the scouts as well, he was able to defend with villagers alone against skirmishers. He would have been able to go up so much faster. Probably was going to be like a 2-minute lead against Liereyy now. It's about the same for both players. Now, Lierey's got a little bit of extra idle TC time, and he lost just another villager over here. So that's going to be 2-1 KOTD in favor of Vinchester. That means Vinchester is only behind by 1 villager when both players are going out to the castle each at about the same time, and Vinchester's got wheelbarrow and horse collar. So his economy is going to be so much stronger compared to Liereyy. You know, after these villagers pay off for having been idle for like 4 minutes. There we go. There you are. Good defensive tower over here. That's the second one, right? Yeah, he had one near the stone. Now he's got one near the goal. He kind of has to go for it, though, because, of course, obviously, the map generation that he's got super open doesn't really allow him to defend himself too well. What I would like for Vinchester to go, though, would be some stone walls to the corner of the map or to the edge of the map over here so that he can secure these wood lines. He's got a second TC coming up on the left-hand side. That's going to be good. He's securing the gold and he's securing wood over here. But yeah, if he doesn't wall himself up, then he's still going to be like permanently open. And with his map generation, that could be so much worse for him compared to Vinchester. And Vinchester, compared to Liereyy, sorry, and Liereyy is already completely walled up. It's much harder for Vinchester to get anything going over here. Losing the crossbow to the skirmishers as well, so yeah, he cannot even push the villagers away from wood anymore. Even if he could, though, Liereyy should be able to keep on collecting from the backwood over here, so that's pretty good. This kind of safety is what I'm expecting Liereyy or Vinchester to try and get for himself as well by walling to the edge of the map. If he does so, he does end up securing potentially up to 2 woodlands over here. This one and this one, of course. There we are. Alright, the skirmishers are going around. This is what I was talking about earlier. Vinchester's map generation is a lot less forgiving, so staying open like this is just going to open up so many opportunities for Liereyy to do damage compared to Vinchester around Lierey's space. So yeah, see a defensive tower coming up over here, but he cannot get it on time. And we have skirmishers over here for Liereyy against archers from Vinchester, so of course Liereyy is going to be in a much better spot. Right now, we have more villagers for Vinch. Some 2 TCs compared to only 1 TC for Liereyy. He's got wheelbarrow as well, so his economy is going to be pretty good. But he's playing defensive. And it seems like he's going to stay playing defensive for the most part. He's bullet 6. Yeah, you're talking about Liereyy. Yeah, otherwise he cannot really get the raid going anymore. By sticking to 1 TC, Liereyy kind of puts himself in a position, especially with Sicilians. You're not expecting them to stick to 1 TC, right? But he's putting himself in a position where he's got to do damage. If he doesn't, then Vinchester is just going to get significantly ahead. Good micro overall. For Liereyy, of course. And oh, that was a very close Magna shot, but he couldn't get it. Yeah, that was not the best. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, there is another push from Liereyy. He's idling a lot of Vinchester's economy. Notice, out of 61 villagers, he's got 9 extra villagers compared to Liereyy. He's got 19 of those idle. Finally, with the second Magna, he can finally clean these up, or he should be able to clean this up. In any case, good job. Good job. Good job. The Magna is going to survive on 3 HP. Well played. Managed to kill 6 with this mangonel, 2 with this mangonel. The crosses managed to get 4. I'm pretty sure those numbers are exclusive as well. So you cannot get like a share kill between units. He gets 1 villager, Liereyy that is, and he's finally got ballistics right now, so it's gonna be a little bit easier for him to keep on raiding around. But check out Vinchester. He's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon. He's got already a siege workshop, so he's missing either a university or a monastery or a castle alternatively. And then he should be on his way to the Imperial Age. That was actually a pretty good shot. Over here on the right hand side, another good shot as well. We have a good amount of crossbows as well from Vinchester. He needs to hold on to these so he can defend himself against the knights. That's a lot of pressure, man. 1 man going down on the left to Liereyy. On the right hand side, Vinchester is defending himself just fine for the time being, and as long as he does not get completely pushed out of resources, he should be fine. Now, Liereyy is gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age as soon as he gets the building up. So what is he going for? He's going for a university with 7 villagers. And then he should be on his way up, while Liereyy on the other hand, well, not even close. He's getting the second DC up right now, so once again, Lierey's gonna be kind of stuck to the castle age for the time being. Let's get some walls. These are going to be palisade walls for the most part, but it's still alright. Let's see. Good job. Yeah, well played. There we are. The hills. Yeah, he's taking advantage of the hill right now, but if Vinchester can hold on a little bit longer, if he can go for a few extra crossbows, man, and he can get enough resources to go for arbalesters, he should be in a pretty good spot, but that's a lot of pressure from Liereyy right now. Vinchester doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to do too much once he gets to the Imperial Age. So it's into what? We're going for 2 additional archer ranges over here on the back, but this TC is basically a gunner, so it's gonna be back down to 1 TC only, which will allow Liereyy to get ahead significantly faster in villager count. Well played. 30 seconds for Vinchester to get there. Arbalest bombard cannon. I would like to see that. Arbalester alone, I think it should suffice. Bombard cannon would be pretty good though, for sure, against skirmishers specifically, so that's pretty good as well. And it's gonna need chemistry anyway, right? So yeah, that seems like a very solid option. Imperial Age is here. Sending villagers forward. Get the second TC up once again. And he's got ballistics, he's got bracer coming up, he's got a good amount of archers. These are going to become arbalesters very soon. So he's holding on really well. That was a very strong push from Liereyy. But Vinchester was able to hold on. And now with arbalesters, he's going to be definitely a huge threat to Liereyy. Spy population for Liereyy being significantly higher. I feel Vinchester's units over here are much deadlier. The second TC coming up is going to be able to catch up in villager count as well, once again, hopefully. And yeah, with the castle up over here, it's going to be able to protect the gold miners. It's going to be able to protect archer production from the archer ranges. And we are going to have also the siege workshop. Okay. It seems like... Yeah, Lierey's having some issues, so we're probably going to have a restore. I think. Liereyy says he was lagging pretty bad. Well, we see Vinchester is going for chemistry already, right? And he's starting to produce more crossbows as well, so that's going to be more arbalesters for him very soon. Still not better. Want to restore? 7 restore? Yeah, okay. How does it work? Liereyy asked this very question in the last series. I think they were considering restoring. But in the end, they decided to just keep on going for it. Anyway, let's go back. There we are. So where were we? We had crossbows coming out, right? Yes. And we have chemistry on the way. Meanwhile, Liereyy, on the other hand, is not gonna be able to go up to the Imperial just yet. Let's see. Did the Viper already ended? No. It did not start yet. That's going to be the second series today. Okay. Arbalister upgrades coming in, but he's got to wait for 25 more seconds if he can hold to these numbers. And potentially increase these as well while getting Arbalister. That's going to be so much better. There we go, he's got Arbalister, got the heal over here, 20% extra HP on these units as well, and he's cleaning up the skirmishers! Good job! How many do we have left? He's got 15, so he's coming forward. He really needs to be going for bombard cannons though, but this economy is very, very, you know, on the edge right now. Yeah, knights are going down, no problem. The Arbalistas, I'm not going to care about these. The problem is, if he does not get siege weapons out, then he won't be able to do too much damage. Micro. Liereyy is really buying himself some time over here. He's on his way to the Imperial Age right now as well. But it's going to take a long time. There we go. Defensive castle's coming out for Liereyy. No, Vinchester played his cards right over here. He could have just split a smaller group of Arbalisters over to try and get the castle or to try and deny the castle, but yeah, it's coming out super fast for Liereyy anyway. Nice raid though from Liereyy. This is what I was saying. If Vinchester does not wall himself up, then he just leaves the door open for Liereyy to keep on coming forward and doing damage, right? Just realized that Vinchester didn't find two of his goats this game. And yeah, all of a sudden Liereyy, you know, 1 minute 40 seconds away from the Imperial Age. Without any siege from Vinchester, he's finally getting the trebuchet out. I was kind of hoping for bombard cannons instead, but yeah. If you're gonna take this castle down, then of course Vinchester Liereyy is going to be in a much better spot in the Imperial Age. But yeah, there's definitely still a chance for Vinchester to start doing some more damage over here. By the way, Liereyy still has all these knights up, so he can strike again very, very soon. Although it doesn't seem like there are a lot of exposed areas for Vinchester's economy, this gold mine on the left-hand side might be potentially exposed. Then the Barry Veils protest against this noble policy already, right? You would hope so. But yeah, okay, this castle might go down. He's going for another one on the left-hand side, coming up super fast because of the Sicilian bonus. And yeah, man, if we had bombard cannons over here, he would have been able to get the castle probably down, but also to put pressure against the skirmishers much more effectively. Now Liereyy is going for bracer, so the range is going to be, you know, it's going to be about the same for both. Here he comes. Because Lierey's got only 2 TCs right now, going for First Crusade wouldn't really be maximizing the value out of the upgrade. So yeah, a lot of villagers going down from Liereyy. This is what I was hoping to see from Vinchester a little bit earlier, but he's finally getting some damage done. Good job. Taking a good amount of villagers down. He's got to be careful over here not to take damage from the castle. We see a little skirmisher upgrade coming in for Vinchester as well. Against Lierey's not really going to do too much. So he needs to bring the siege weapons forward. He's taking the siege workshop down, and then he needs to come forward and start taking the TC. So try to go after this castle as well. If he just gives Liereyy more space and time to work with, Lierey's eventually going to be getting enough TCs to go for First Crusade, you know, maximize the value. So yeah, very, very important for Vinchester to keep pressure right now. Siege workshop's already down, so taking houses over there is going to be a waste of time with these trebuchets. He needs to group the army up once again. It'll be pretty good if Vinchester could go for another TC. He's buying some wood right now. I don't know if that's gonna be for extra TCs or if he just wants to go for more trips or maybe for more Arbalesters. Right now he doesn't really have a very big production going. There we go, more Arbalesters on the way. And finally, we see that Cheryshay is moving forward. So he's gonna target the castle, I assume. Probably needs to go for another one as well. Two Cherishays alone are going to take forever to take this castle down with a hill advantage over there, unless he gets a hill advantage himself. We'll see. Wow, man. Vinchester's just tanking the skirmishers, no problem. With the extra HP he gets. Wait a moment! Is Vinchester going to take this one? 44 to 21 military units? Only 15 extra villagers for Liereyy, but his economy is not looking that strong. He's not really piling a lot of resources. He's only going for skirmishers. Skirmishers have not worked out so far. And now Vinchester is going to add bombard cannons into the mix, so the skirmishers are not going to be quite as effective anymore. There's another raid attempt over here from Liereyy. We'll see if Vinchester realizes about this one on time or not. Might end up losing a lot of villagers because he's not paying attention. Now he is. But doesn't matter though. The skirmishers are going down and Vinchester is just face tanking these skirmishers and going forward. He does not care. He just wants to prevent Liereyy from microing these units around. And we see now Liereyy is going for Halberg as well. He's going to make a transition to cavalry, but is he going to be able to get this upgrade on time though? There's only 4 villagers repairing the castle and we had 2 trebuchets taking it down. Okay. It seems like he's going to get it. I think he's getting it. He's getting it. Yeah, just in time. He got it. You know, 5 seconds later or 10 seconds later, and he didn't get it. So now he's going for it. He's got plate bar and armor coming up. Vinchester still has more Arbalesters coming out though. So the problem for Liereyy though is that he doesn't really have a massive unit. He's got only 3 knights right now. So he won't be able to prevent Vinchester from still pushing. So this is he should be going down. This is he has gone down already. He's got no castles anymore, so he cannot go for First Crusade anymore. That's not going to, well, of course. That means he cannot really secure the military lead anymore. And yeah, it's a big issue right now. So Vinchester is going to start pushing on the left-hand side as well. He's going to push villagers away from gold, from wood. More stables coming up, but is it going to be enough though? Well, it might be. You know, with Halberg, these knights are going to be taking only 2 damage per shot. So Vinchester is going for the pikeman upgrade. He's going for Thumbring right now as well as scaled mail armor. +1/+1. There should have transitioned to stables way earlier. It seems a little bit late, yeah, but he's got a good amount of economy right now, so I don't think it's going to struggle too much to get the numbers up. The problem is that he won't be able to sustain eco production, so if he ends up losing villagers right now with only 2 TC or 1 TC left, it's going to be like irrecoverable losses, so to say. So yeah, Vinchester is still looking pretty good. Now we see Halberdier coming up. And well, you know, Halberdier is still going to be pretty decent. Even against Sicilians, it's gonna be alright. I think Halberdier, how much damage did they get against cavalry? Because I think it's 12 for pikemen, right? 22, sorry. For Halberdier, that goes up to 32. Alright. So that's 16. That's still pretty decent. Especially with the crosses on the back, all that he needs to Halberdier for is a meat shield at this point, honestly. There he comes. Lierey's coming forward. We see the Halberdier coming in here. Imperial Skirmish is actually for Liereyy out as well. Yeah, and he's trying to take this. It's so hard though. I think he might be able to clean this up. Yeah, I think Albert Cavalier are keeping him alive for the time being. It's going to lose another bombard cannon over here. This has just been the demise of Vinchester. The bombard cannon micro for sure. More Halberdier coming out as well. Yeah. The Halberdier are definitely going to be the missing piece in Vinchester's army, but still, despite Liereyy cleaning this up, I mean, Vinchester is still on 41 military units compared to only 16 for Liereyy. Yeah, there's a second wave of units coming forward, just as strong as the one that he just lost. But this time around, much better army composition, of course, with a lot more Halberdier. 30C coming out right now for Vinchester as well, which is pretty good. It's gonna be securing this wood as well. He's going after the stone. Good job with the outpost over here. Meanwhile, Liereyy on the other hand. Okay, going to realize about this. What is he going for? Oh, he's trying to go for the mining camp. Yeah, okay. There we go. With a good amount of halberdier, this is still gonna be going in favor of Vinchester 100%. Yeah, there we go. The Cavalier are not holding on anymore, so Liereyy calls the GG, guys! Vinchester is up 3-1 against Liereyy. Who on earth would have predicted this? Vinchester is 1 game away from making it to the grand finals of KOTD4. Liereyy, on the other hand, the only way back for the green player over here is going to be 3 wins back to back. What? Let's go and take a look at the achievements then. What do we get? Well, it's unfortunate that we only get, you know, stats from this point onwards, but from the restore point onwards, we are going to have a close to 4-3 KD for Vinchester. I'm pretty sure it was going to be lower otherwise, because Liereyy was actually doing a better job before the game got restored, but an army high of 65-39 for Vinchester. Wow. Really good stuff. 51,000 resources collected. In the end. Well played. This is just remarkable. Damn, let's go back then. And let's see what we have left. Sicilians going down to Vietnamese. We still have Chinese, Lithuanians, Malians, and Tatars left for Liereyy. And we have on top of that, for Vinchester, Mayans, Britons, as well as Berbers and... Yes, and what do we get over here? Well, Liereyy, with Lithuanians on the left-hand side, of course, is going to begin with 150 extra food, which is going to allow him to go for an extremely aggressive... That's no help, yeah. You know, they're going to go for an extremely aggressive Drush, or they can, you know, with this map generation, I wouldn't be surprised for him to try and pursue a fast castle, or he can just go out to the village faster. You know, there are many things that he can do with extra resources at the very beginning. On top of that, he also gets 10% faster movement skirmish spearline units. Is going to have on top of that, with Lithuanians, let's see, 1 extra attack on knights and lightest units per each relic garrison up until +4 attacks, so up until 4 relics. So relic control is going to be definitely important for Liereyy. For the team bonus, on the other hand, he also gets 20% faster work in monasteries. Vinchester, on the other hand, has got Mayans with 1 extra villager upon starting the game, but 50 less food he begins with, which is much better anyway. Besides that, we also get for Mayans 15% longer lasting resources, although about 3% slower working farmers. We also have for Mayans 10, 20, and 30% cheaper archer units. Archer units in the feudal castle and Imperial Age, and for the team bonus, they're gonna have also 40% cheaper walls. I think it's very valuable for both players. We're gonna start analyzing Lierey's map generation first. And what do we get over here? Well, first off, we're going to have the main goal on the back for him, which is huge. He's got also the main stone on the back, which is pretty good. And the secondary goals are going to be one on the right-hand side. The other one is going to be down south over here. Underneath the panel around the min-map, so around here. And then what else? And berries are kind of forward though, so that's not the best for sure. They're on a hill as well. And then the secondary stone is on the left-hand side. But if he goes for walls from here to here, here to the TC, and then just like this, he will be able to secure this wood line. And then if he's a little bit greedier, he could potentially go for something like this as well, which would be even better. Secures a little bit of extra space over here, but not any extra resources anyway. So I don't think this is necessary. If we take a look at the map generation for Vinchester, on the other hand, for the purple player, we're going to have the main goal on the back for him. So pretty fair map generation, to be honest. And then the secondary goals are going to be 1 on the right and 1 forward. Meanwhile, for stone, on the other hand, we have the main stone up north and the secondary stone down south over to the left-hand side, with the berries being on the left-hand side. And what else? I think he should be fairly... You know, he should be able to wall himself fairly easily, just going for some walls like this. like this as well, and from here to here. It's going to be a little bit pricier compared to Lierey's walls, but he will be able to secure the stone. He will be able to secure berries, and berries are very important over here. Liereyy does not have a very safe spot for the berries. We're going to see if he's going for the same type of walls or not. And then, of course, the wood line over here, which is fantastic. Okay, it doesn't seem like he's going to be walling around berries. So this could be a point of interest in the future for Vinchester to try and put some pressure on, for sure. I thought Liereyy would have gone with Chinese. Me too. I feel like they have the most favorable matchups. You know, we don't have information in regards to Mayans against Lithuanians specifically. Yeah, we have a pre-mill Drashkin. But I can tell you what Mayans are looking like against some of the other other cavalry civilizations. So, for instance, Mayans. Let's see. Mayans against Berbers. They have not played actually. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of information. They do have a 100% win rate against Chinese though. So maybe that's the reason why Liereyy decided against going for Chinese himself. Maybe. Minus how 100% yeah, win rate in that matchup. Let's see. Bear versus man and stuff. Yeah. As well. So it feels like he didn't really have too many options left, right? Wait, what are you talking about? Berber is for Vinchester. It cannot be Berbers versus Mayans. Liereyy had Chinese, which are 0% at a 0% win rate against Mayans. He had Lithuanians, right? Which have not played against Mayans just yet. And then he's got Tatars and Malians. And Tatars against Mayans specifically, they have a win rate. They have not played against Mayans just yet. And Malians, on the other hand, Malians have actually lost against Mayans. So far, not too much damage. KD of 2-1 only, with the Eagle Scout going down for Liereyy and a Militia. Yeah, and that was a pretty good trade for Vinchester all around, you know. He's going to be getting this Militia down as well, so that's going to be a 3-1 KD. Which is pretty solid for the purple player. So yeah. Mayans so far have had the best matchups against the civilizations left for Liereyy. From the civilizations that actually have a match history against Mayans anyway. So I understand the Vinchester going for this. Village will be here a little bit sooner for Liereyy. He's going up with less villagers though. And he's not walling himself up completely just yet. No way! Lierey's going for the walls here. That means he's going to have this wall line exposed. He does not secure a single wall line against Mayans. That is so risky. Archer range coming up, so he's going to be going for skirmishers, right? Meanwhile, Vinchester on the other hand is already getting the walls up on the right hand side. It's going for zone archer range over here. Went up on 2 extra villages, but because of the defender's advantage, he's going to be able to hold on just fine. And then over the left hand side, is he? No way. Is Vinchester going to try to wall over to the left hand side? Is he going to try to close the walls over here? That is way too greedy. Like, this is going to be so hard for him to defend unless he sends villagers over to collect wood from here maybe. If he can collect from this wall line, then he's going to have villagers at hand to protect both these walls. Otherwise, it's a little bit too far away. It's taking the deer right now, or the zebra and the ostriches. And over here, we have the militia still alive. So far, he's unable to do too much damage, and by too much damage, I mean damage at all. Earlier, I said that Liereyy had lost the Eagle Scout, by the way. That was my mistake. He lost the Scout Cavalry. So yeah. Why is Liereyy not walling to the other wall line in the north? He should be going for the walls from here to here. That is what I think he should be going for. Yeah, I do agree with you. That's what I was expecting him to go for, just like this. And secure the wall line. But not like this. So Vinchester knows, for instance, he knows about the walls, right? And he knows that all the woodlands are completely exposed. So if he goes for some archers, and he's going for some, he's gonna be in a pretty good position to start getting some damage done very soon. You gotta love these walls, man. Come on, what is this, Vinchester? You gotta be kidding me. He needs to make a switch and go for this hunting at the very least. Maybe when he runs out of ostrich over here, he's going to go and take these. That'd be so greedy, but he would probably get away with it. I'm fairly surprised that he's gone for the walls connecting both these woodlands as opposed to connecting to the edge of the map from this woodland though, like this. Because if he had gone like this, he would have been able to secure this one once again, but... yeah, who am I to tell Vinchester what to go for, right? He's still gonna end up securing this one, which is pretty good. Alright. He's going for a second layer of walls. He's got a house coming up over here as well. Good job. Meanwhile, we see skirmishers coming in from Liereyy. And he won't be able to do too much over here. Both players should be on their way to the castle age very soon as well. I do like Vinchester's economy a lot better though. He's got horse collar and he's got wheelbarrow right now. He's only 2 villages behind, so that's not too bad. Meanwhile, Liereyy on the other hand, they're just going to start realizing about the walls only now, so that's way too late. This was a very, very good play from Liereyy. After he was able to take on the scout from... a very good play from Vinchester. After he was able to take on the scout from Liereyy. Yeah, he knew the green player was going to be just blindfolded. So yeah. There's a hole on the shore, right? No. He's completely walled up. Yeah. There are some reeds over here, but he's already gotten the palisade over here to prevent a tree hop. Or a reed hop, I guess. Anyway, Castle H on the way for Vinchester, a little bit faster compared to Liereyy. Guys, game number 5 honestly is looking pretty darn good for Vinchester. What is Liereyy going to do over here? Vinchester's economy is pretty good. It's going up to the Castle Age. I would like to see a second archer range or a second barracks, depending on what he wants to go for. Because we have faster moving skirmishers from Liereyy, I would probably prefer for him to go for barracks so that he can go for eagles instead. Especially since he's got safe access to goal, right? But for the time being, he's not really going for much of anything. So what's he going to try and do? He's going to try to just go for extra TCs and play this one defensive? For economy? Maybe. Kind of curious as to why he did not go and try to collect these resources. But anyway, he is giving Liereyy a lot of time though to, you know, to adapt himself as well. So Liereyy could very well try to extend the walls later, go for extra TCs himself maybe. Skirm monks for Liereyy. I'm not really sure. I don't think that will work against eagles. I think skirms and monks are both going to die to eagle warriors. Yeah, it's tricky, man. I honestly do not really know what Liereyy can go for. Like, if he goes for knights alone, it's probably not going to cut it if Vinchester commits himself to eagle production. And to be completely honest, even if Vinchester doesn't commit to eagle production, if he just goes for extra TCs and plays defensive with pikemen and monks, because of the Mayan economy being so strong, you know, Liereyy would be kind of in a really tough position if he was to go for only knights himself. It seems like he's going to go for it though. How many stables do we have? Okay, he's got only one stable. He's got bloodlines right now. He's going for the second stable. I'm not the biggest fan of this for Liereyy at all. Meanwhile, we'll see the second TC coming up for Vinchester over here. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Lierey's current army choice. Of course, the game looks good for Vinchester, but points on Liereyy. Looks like GG. It's looking pretty darn good for Vinchester. And he takes the villager down as well. He's gonna be able to break through over here. Man, Vinchester is completely laying on Liereyy over here. He's probably gonna be able to get another villager down over here. Good job. Almost gets it. Got it. With the ballistic archers. Is he going to go for a university as well? If he goes for a university, okay, he's not going for a university. No way, man. Lierey's losing villages left and right over here. So far, 4 villages down, and Vinchester has 3 extra villages with wheelbarrow. He's got a good amount of crosses over here. The second TC up as well, so it's gonna be getting further ahead in villager count. Wow! Liereyy, what happened over here? Was he lagging again? Because that seemed like Liereyy should have been able to react over there on time. Market coming up. I really do not understand what Lierey's plan is over here. It doesn't seem like he's got a clear plan. If he just wants to go for Knights alone, that's not going to cut it. Vinchester's getting the third TC up as well. Yeah, and this might be probably one of the most unexpected results for the semifinals, and for KOTD's progression overall. Like, who was expecting anybody else than, you know, Hera, Liereyy, Mr. Yo, and Viper to be making it into the finals? In Vinchester, he certainly looks like he's just a few steps away from actually sealing the deal over here. For Siege Workshop coming up over here. Let's see if Vinchester's going to realize about this. Man, Vinchester is taking on, you know, all top 2 contenders for Age of Empires. And then the Viper moves on to the grand finals. Then Liereyy is going to... Of course, I would not be against Jordan moving on to the grand finals. But if Viper was moving on to the grand finals, then Vinchester could very well end up contesting the #1 spot over here. From the snack. Okay, he realized about the Knights right now, so what is the plan over here? Is Vinchester going to react by going for Monasteries or Pikemen? I see no Monasteries coming up at all. Whatsoever. And I see no Pikemen upgrades, so... What is the plan over here? If Vinchester is too passive, then Liereyy might be able to get something done with these units in the end. Market. Wow, Vinchester's just going to try to fast imp into Arbalesters by the looks of it. Interesting. I feel like even 3 wins for Vinch is a huge upset. Don't count out Jordan just yet either. Yeah, I'm not counting him out at all. He's played like really well. This year has been amazing for Jordan. He made it into the finals of the Hidden Cup. Now he's got a very real chance of making it into the final of KOTD as well. And let's see. I feel like I want Jordan to win, to have Jordan versus Vinchester finals, but at the same time, Viper playing really well. Yeah, he's been playing really well. And, you know, if Vinchester is moving on to the final over here, having the Viper on the final would probably make it, you know, like an uncontested win for Vinchester if he was to win the tournament. While if Jordan was the one moving on to the final, which would be a very interesting event, of course, that would still kind of leave the question open as to what if the Viper was the one moving to the final, right? But yeah, regardless, let's check. Good job. Hey, good micro. You can take the manos down over here. Yeah. Good job. Well played. He ends up losing a lot of crosses over here, so that was not particularly efficient, but he's already going up to the Imperial Age. That means he's going to be getting access to Bracer, Arbalester, Chemistry, and then these Knights are not going to do much of anything anymore. At all. Really good micro over here for Vinchester overall. Whoever wins, I'll be happy and sad. Yeah, exactly. Oh! 3 Mangonels! Vinchester's trying to micro around. He's gotta be careful, man. He's still 2 minutes away from the Imperial Age. I think it just needs to sacrifice this to see. Just let it go down and... yeah, just keep on being cautious over here. Skirmishers up north. Not much those are gonna be able to do. These are not even elite skirmishers for Liereyy, so yeah. Castle coming up. Good job. That's gonna be the second castle for him, so he should be able to protect. The thing is, when you get a full castle age push going like this, castles are the perfect way to stop the push. Right on. So yeah, you see Lierey's coming in right now, but what is he really going to do? With the castle over here protecting the gold, protecting the farms, then the extra TCs, plus the castle over here protecting the stone as well, and you know, Vinchester is going to have enough resource to go for extra castles later on. It doesn't seem like Lierey's going to be able to do much of anything. Right now, the score lead for Liereyy is basically because of military production and a little bit better KD. But now with Vinchester getting to the Imperial Age, it's gonna be getting the score lead once again. And of course, once he goes for Bracer, Chemistry, these units are not going to be that good anymore. So Lierey's really struggling right now. Vinchester's getting to the Imperial Age. Vinchester's is not going to take this one as easy. Lierey's not calling the GG just yet. He wants to keep on trying, of course. This is the last chance he's got to contest a spot in the final, but honestly, what does he do? Vinchester is coming forward with the second group of units as well. He's got pulled archers over there for mobility. Fairly surprised that Vinchester's taking so long to go for Bracer though. In Chemistry, he's going for Thumbring right now. There we go. Chemistry's coming. Ballistics, Bracer's coming up, Thumbring as well. All right, correct. The blacksmith. 5 manas to run into castles. Yeah, that's not going to do anything, right? So let's see, guys. Here comes the engagement. That's a lot of manas over here, and Vinchester does not want to do anything with this, so he's just going to leave. Yeah, that was fairly scary. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to micro around 2 manas myself. Vinchester felt overwhelmed by 5, which is fair. And it seems like it's going to be a full plume switch. Yes, he does not have crosses anymore. He's just going to keep on going for plume archers. So he's got Bracer already. He needs to go for Chemistry. He's got Ballistics already, so he needs to go also for elite plume archers. And that's going to leave these guys fully upgraded except for defense upgrades. But he's going right now for Panther Archer Armor. +1/+1 already. Good job.
Shot it.
Well played. Yeah, that's pretty good. He's going back. Was able to get 1 mana. He lost like what, 2 plume archers over there? That's not bad. Very soon, of course, Vinchester is going to have enough resources to get a 3rd castle up, which is going to increase his plume production by 50%. His economies are really looking pretty good, so if he can add another castle, that's just going to be pure profit. Okay, good job. Yeah, he's doing really well. Knights are going down over there. Yeah, really good job from Vinchester. Just gotta be careful with these plume archers, of course. They are not as high range as standard archers, so it's going to be the same range as the Manuels. So the real counter against the Caps though? It's fine. Plume archers are going to be more than adequate, because the problem with the cavalry archers is that, the cavalier over here, or the cavalry, the knights, is that they cannot get a surround going against these units. If he had only crossbows, then the mobility difference between both unit types is enough for you to potentially threaten a surround. But against plume archers, that's just not going to be possible. Mobility also over here makes it significantly harder for the Magnus to get good shots, and you can see that's going to be 3-4 Magnus going down, and he's bailing because he doesn't care about the Knights, and that's going to be the GG, guys! Liereyy calls it right there, GG, well played, good luck, and Vinchester is gonna be the one moving on to the Grand Finals to contest whoever wins between the Viper and Jordan! Incredible micro for Vinchester, incredible macro, incredible performance, just an amazing series for Vinchester. The best result he has gotten so far, I think. If he goes on to win KOTD, that's gonna be his second largest tournament he wins after Terra Nova 1. Good job to Vinchester. Let's go and take a look at the achievements real quick and go back right away, right? Better than 4-3 KD for Liereyy. Didn't matter. Vinchester's economy, of course, with Mayans was on a whole another level. We have also a lot of extra resources collected for Vinchester as well. For technology, faster castle and Imperial Age times for Vinchester too. Society, 84 to 68 for Vinchester and Liereyy. Guys, I'm kind of shaking right now a little bit. Not gonna lie, it kind of got to me. Terra Nova, the birthplace of legends. Yeah! Hey, we saw this coming.